Anything could happen.
Edit that out, bro.
Okay. I got you, bro. Let's kick it off, Joshy.
Let's kick it.
Let's, you got drinks in hand?
I got
shoot with a drink in hand.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah, celebratory style.
Cheers. Ding.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Let's do it. 3, 2, 1. What is good, my friends? Welcome back to the Flash Brothers podcast.
Welcome in, everyone.
Joshua, we just wrapped a pretty great pregame.
Yeah,
I think.
Absolutely.
Like, I felt like it was probably like the most unstructured and chill
short,
combo
sweet.
we've had.
We were talking just about everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just wrapped that, and we're here.
We're here. We're cooking, baby.
We are cooking, baby.
Today, my friends, marks season 2, episode 33 of the official Flash Brothers podcast.
It just keeps getting older, doesn't it?
I know, bro.
It's wild.
It's a crazy thing.
It's
how time
beautiful.
works. You know what I mean?
I know.
We're recording today is Wednesday, April 3rd. I wrote April 2nd. That was yesterday's
That's
date.
okay. That's okay.
I'm on it, though, brother. My name is Sam. I'll be hosting and running today's show.
What's
and I'm
up,
joined, as always, Joshy, by the Star Warrior himself, my brother, roommate, best friend, Joshy.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
How we doing, brother?
Dude, we're doing flipping good, man.
We're good?
I love that pregame. That was a beautiful one.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, for those who don't know, you can check out pregame. It's on our gold tier sponsor on Patreon.
Absolutely.
Once you sign up for that, you'll be able to get access. We just talk for like an hour before the episodes, so we just had a good one. So.
Yeah, it was actually a bit shorter today.
It definitely was.
We did like 30
minutes. We'll take that.
Yeah, let's go.
So it varies. I think we've done a 2-hour one before.
We've definitely done a 2-hour. Yeah, that. Honestly, I would say the average is probably like an hour and a half.
Probably like an hour and a half. Yeah, that makes
somewhere
sense.
around there. Joshy, let's catch up, brother.
Let's catch up, man.
Yeah, what have you been playing? What have you been doing?
Like I said in pregame, I was at my parents' house, so I was kind of taking a break from games, to be honest with you, and shows. You know, just not really watching too much that wasn't like with my
I was
family.
gonna say, like, usually you're watching a show with your mom.
Well, I am, but nothing new.
Okay.
For the most part, but I did watch a majority of season 1 of Korra, Legend of Korra.
Yes.
Yeah. So I told you a little bit
bro.
that when Drew came by. Drew's
I'm glad you reminded me because I fucking love Korra.
Yeah, I love Korra too, and it's funny because my little brother's never seen it, so it's really fun, like getting to see like his reactions to things or how he feels about everything. And I definitely would say, you know, I love Korra, but I think the first season is probably the weakest, just because of not that it is weak, but just because of how. Excuse me. How incredible and kind of like dark the later seasons are, and kind of like how big and
you know, I'm kind of a different mind. I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not that it. I don't think I could like objectify the seasons because each is good in its own way.
I agree.
Like, you could say season 3, or I'm sorry, like the season 4, right, is like the worst just because of how Korra is doing in that season, which she's down bad,
she's
right?
Absolutely
for pretty much
bad.
the entire season.
Absolutely.
So that vibe is very different from what like
extremely.
Korra in the first season, second season, third.
Yeah.
I love the first season because of the dynamic of this is an avatar who is coming out the gate hot. She's a badass.
Completely.
It has
agree,
a huge focus on the sport that they've made up. I forget what it's called.
It's oh shit.
The 3-on-3.
Yeah, the
like disc
fire,
based
water, and earth. Damn,
it's called something really cool. But you know, there's an immense focus on that sport in that season.
Right.
And the villain and how they paint all the villains in Korra are really good.
Really good.
They're all really good and they're very unique.
Yeah, they are.
Zahir's just the best.
Zahir
One of the best
is
villains like ever.
Absolutely.
But Amon and how
Amon
they
is
paint
good.
him and the truth behind him, it's all done really fucking well.
I also want to say I do completely agree. I never was saying that I do not like that first season because
No, you take it back, bro.
I'm taking it back. I'm sorry. No,
but you know what I mean?
I do. And you know what? It's kind of funny because you're right. That's probably the most levity that like the whole show kind of has, because it's kind of like
I think so.
It's kind of it gets kind of kicking after the first season, so it's kind of nice to see Korra, Maka, and Bolin and Azami just like do things.
Yes, man.
They aren't exactly the fate of the world.
No, and their dynamic, the relationship between all of them is really good. Yeah. I also yes,
pro bending.
The pro bending. Yeah. Yes, bro. Thank you very much. Yeah. Season, all of like The Last Airbender, and then take in season 2, 3, and 4 of Korra.
Right.
Like, no villain does what Amon does of making the root issue like core to the Avatar. What I mean by that is like, it's always like some world-ending shit. So protecting everyone, but the having the power to take away your bending, literally disabling your status of the Avatar, that is the biggest threat you can have to the Avatar.
Right, and it's funny, yes, because when you kind of break down even to just the ideas that it brings up, like I remember kind of even just being surprised rewatching, being like, damn, it's kind of a heavy idea to go right out the gate and be like, there's people who are against benders, and there's protests against benders.
Right.
Because
like segregation,
yes, that was never a focus at all in the original Avatar.
No.
In fact, it was almost like kind of like it never really mattered, to be honest with you. Sokka never felt like a less important character or a less impactful character when it came to planning fights or anything like that, because he wasn't a bender. Obviously, he's a goofball.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
But that had nothing to do with the
No, I would even take it beyond and say there wasn't like malicious.
No.
Kind of like resentment.
Resentment
for
or anything like
any
that.
bender.
Yeah,
right?
And so I just thought that was that's a fantastic thing. I still would say I think that holds value, but I definitely don't think it's as straight up impactful, to be honest with you. The ending and everything it sets up with Amon and his brother, I don't have to spoil, but
Oh, actually, you shouldn't spoil. I remember his name though.
Okay.
Yeah,
I can't remember it.
Yeah,
but that was one of the later episodes I saw, because we didn't get to finish it. But I was just thinking about that ending scene on the boat. And
dude!
Oh my
it's
God.
So good.
It's so good. It's literally so good. But
it's a beautiful season 1 almost is a beautiful kind of like snapshot into all of Korra just on its own. Like,
absolutely,
it ends perfectly.
Yeah, I agree. I guess the reason I say that is just because I feel like the other seasons very much lead into each other.
Oh, yeah.
Very much so. But I feel like this one's a little bit more self-contained. But I feel like that's important for the world that like Korra is setting up, because it's very different from what we know. And I am so with it. Like I like seeing all the pro bending scenes are exciting, and the game is fun to watch. It's funny, like
it's very well designed.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It feels like a game that exists that has rules, and obviously, it is. They made up all that stuff, but it feels like it's existed, and it has like this.
Yes, it's like Quidditch. Right?
Yes,
it's just it's very thorough.
Thorough is that was the word I was thinking of.
Thorough. I got you, bro.
But I mean, the whole world of Avatar is also just that. It's thorough, and I just was reading something recently about the fighting styles in Korra versus the fighting styles in the original Avatar.
Okay.
The fight scenes, each element is based in an Asian type of fighting style.
Okay.
Right? I don't know exactly which one's which, but obviously, like, earth bending, the way it's very, like, close to the ground is an actual, like, the way they move is an actual art.
Like, more so than in the original? Cause...
No. In the original.
In the original, yes.
That's how it is, because it's like they're all much more kind of like...
It goes in with like the meta of like each element and what they are,
yes,
right?
Yes.
And spirituality and like...
But even in that sense, it's like it was older times. That was kind of a very traditional style of that's how people would learn fighting. And in Korra, what Bolin is teaching Korra at the beginning is mixed martial arts, which was popularized as a more modern style of fighting. And so the way they fight in Korra is much more modern. Right. Yeah, they throw
looking back on season 1 specifically, you're right. Yeah,
and Korra's confused when she first sees there. She's like, "Why is your bending's kind of weird, right?"
Yeah,
because she's taught by the White Lotus, and she's been taught her whole life, very traditional, and so she's then learning.
Wow, that's fascinating.
It's just like Avatar is such, and they're constantly thinking about just the time period and when it takes place.
For sure.
And
there's just so much thoughtfulness into everything.
Yeah. And I've heard people even be like, why would there be 70 years later or 80 years later, why are there cars? Why are there all these things? And it only makes sense, to be honest with you, because at the very end of Avatar, it was essentially the beginning of the industrial revolution. You saw it.
Absolutely.
The Fire Nation was creating factories that were muddying waters. Yes. We saw their blimps that they were able to create. We saw tanks. We saw a bunch of very primitive, obviously.
No, for sure.
But it's
even going to the metal used in the infrastructure that they were creating. That the show doesn't really go into it, but I almost took an implication that through their technological advancement, because the Avatar has been a thing for a long time, right? I don't even remember the actual number, but it's thousands of 1,000 years?
Yeah, 1,000
something like that. Yeah, about 1,000 years, right?
Yeah.
And getting to the point now where humanity has something that the Avatar can't use, right? And that Korra takes that tenfold in basically the end of the show.
Yeah.
It's a realization of, okay, well, humanity is advancing so much that the Avatar doesn't have absolute power. So we have to figure out now we're evolving with the times.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I love that. I think the world building. Man, world bending would be crazy.
That would be insane.
That's what
I'm thinking of JoJo now.
I was thinking of Whitebeard in One Piece. Do you know his power?
No,
he has the Quake fruit, so he has complete control over the tectonic plates.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, swear, dude.
That is insane.
So he'll slam his hand to the side, kind of punch a fist to the side, and it'll crack the world. It looks like the air is cracking, and then he's just able to move plates.
That is
how everyone's
nuts.
That's called world bending.
Yeah.
So, and he's literally able to take it to an even different degree, where it's you see he can make a cylinder of the sea rise. He can just make quakes.
Heck?
It's crazy, but anyway, that's
absolutely nuts.
That's world bending.
Okay. So how's Korra going with your family?
Well, me and my mom love it. My little brother has never seen it, so he's enjoying it. I definitely he's much more critical of shows, definitely, and I can understand that.
Yeah.
It's funny because if you think I'm critical of things, which I am, my brother is tenfold of me. He finished Full Metal Alchemist and he was like, it was okay.
Really?
Yeah, and he was kind of just talking on the sense of how did it make him feel, and he's just much more critical, and so. And
you guys, it sounds like you guys are both critical, but you're not exactly the same in your thoughts.
Yes.
So you guys greatly differ on.
Yeah, I'd say we greatly differ in a lot of ways, but we very much agree on a lot of amazing things.
Okay.
After my experience with Last of Us Part 2, he was the one I talked to the most because he had a very similar experience with how incredible it is.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. That's
and
awesome.
he even feels a similar way that I feel about the show. Where it's I'll watch it, but the game's there, and
absolutely.
Yeah.
Still recommend you see the show, by the way.
Absolutely, I plan on it. Yeah.
It's fucking stellar.
I know it's good. So yeah, I watched Korra.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode of Invincible season 2.
Okay.
Which I don't think you've seen any Invincible.
I have not.
That's a fantastic show. I watched the last episode just so we could watch it straight into the first episode of the first season.
For sure.
And seems like a really good start to the season.
Okay.
I really like Invincible. It's one of those shows where instead of, unlike My Hero, where they break down all the abilities and the lore of the characters, they kind of thrust you into that place in a way that works. In a way that works really well for me. And I can see how some people might be like, okay, well, you know, why does this person have this ability?
For sure.
Well, it's just, you know, that's kind of just something.
Use your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. It's a super powered world. There's reasons for everyone to have everything.
For sure.
And you see the origins of some people.
Yeah.
But it's just it's much less hand-holdy.
Yeah.
In a way that I really like, because, you know,
if it's done well, I really like that.
Because
the element of mystery is fascinating.
Mystery, and also the sense of like, okay, these guys have been here for a while, right? And you don't need to break down all of their backstories or whatever's going on. You know, for the characters that we have there, we do get a lot. And it's funny, I just think Mark, the main character, Invincible himself, is just so well written, and it's just like, he's one of my favorite. I mean, to be honest with you, he's probably one of my favorite superheroes.
Really?
That comes from comics. Yeah, and it's the animation is incredible. The emotional beats are just hit so hard.
Yeah, I gotta see it.
And it's definitely a must watch. I'd say it's a must watch. So I watched the first season of that. And then I was playing a bunch of Tetris with Drew.
Classic.
Of course. But another game that I was playing a lot of was Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Your mom loves it.
My mom adores that game. And it's not just her. It's my whole family. Like, we all love it. It is, in my opinion, probably the most fun board game you could play. There's no other board game that is as fun as that is.
Wow. That's fucking awesome.
And there's something just genuinely fun about, like, passing the gamepad around and you have to roll. You literally hold your amiibo to the thing. And there's just something fun. It's like you have a piece, and you get to... Sure. I have a bunch of amiibo, of course, so I have all, like, Animal Crossing guys. So it's like you can choose who you want to go as. But my mom loves Isabelle, so she's like you like gain levels, and you can like get outfits and emotions from
like beyond the single game.
Yeah, it like saves to your amiibo.
Oh, that's
sick. And then like you can, while you're on the board, you can hit emotions, or you can wear specific outfits. And my mom's been playing every single time she plays Isabelle, so she has like a bunch of outfits and a bunch of emotions. And then I'm constantly trying to like level all my guys out. And I've been playing a lot of Timmy and Tommy. They're like one amiibo.
Okay,
it's just so much fun. That seriously is. I always wanted to play. I literally said while I was bringing my Wii U here, I was like, we have to play Animal Crossing.
I think I remember you saying that.
I did, and I guess we just never got to it.
No, I think we absolutely have to. It's 4-player?
We do, yeah, it's 4-player.
Yeah, dude.
We definitely have to. I'm keeping my Wii U at my parents' house, so I might just be able to take it at some point.
Sure.
Bring it over here for like a game night.
You know what? Once we get our new roommate.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the 4 of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's definitely a more chill experience than, like, Mario Party.
Yeah.
It's not
we could even do it with Kendall.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that could be a lot of fun, too.
Yeah.
Like me, you, Adrell, and Kendall all
that'd
playing.
Be way fun.
But, it would be a good time. So, played a whole bunch of that. And, as of now, I didn't play any Xenoblade. I played a little bit before Easter. So I'm I just finished the whole stuff with Colony 6?
Yeah.
Is it Colony 6?
I think it is.
The one with Ethel?
Yep.
Yeah. So I finished that whole stuff. I just love all that so much. I actually am so down, if you're down, for me to ask a question that I'm a little confused about.
Sure.
So I just started the hero quest with the kid. Fuck. Oh, I don't remember his name. But, you know, he's like the Mechanis kid. Not Mechanis. The Machina kid.
Yes.
You know? So he's from, like, a different colony than Ethel's is, right?
Yes.
Why is he able to see them as not enemies? Do you know why? And is there a reason for that? Because I thought theoretically they would have to destroy the flame clock from each colony they go to in order for them to kind of see them as not the enemy of them. Yeah. And obviously at first he attacks them, but he kind of like gives up and he's like, oh, I just, you know, they told me to bring you in, but, you know, and he sees them as people. Do you know why that is?
Kind of.
Okay.
So it's more of an implication than it directly says.
Okay.
The implication
is
that the console, there's consoles that are basically like in charge of these different colonies.
Of each colony, yeah.
And there's further behind the scenes happening, but the understanding I have is that the console has to basically like put forth that energy actively for them to see the enemy or like them look in some way. Enemy. Right. Also implied that stronger willed characters can see through it. And then the console has to put forth more power to control. Power to be able to.
Like when Ethel was losing control of that during the fight with them.
Exactly.
Where he was like screaming out, it's me, Noah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. I guess the scene was a little confusing because if you remember, like, the console shows up and he doesn't change the kid's mind. He just says, like, basically, oh, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Like, essentially. So, I don't know. I was a little confused. And I was like...
Each console is unique. Yeah. Right? Like, they each have their own personality. They each have their own motives. Some consoles don't actually give a fuck about what's happening for Mobius. Some consoles are really selfish and just want to do their thing.
Like that first
one. This kid is a genius.
What's his name?
I don't remember, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah. He's a genius, okay? He's basically like the Shulk of like this world. Because
he's like a leader over there.
He's the captain.
The captain of their colony, and he's like 15 or something.
Yes, you're right.
Or whatever it would be.
Yeah.
He has like an incomplete mark.
Like, you haven't like gone to the colony and no one's talked about him, right? Like,
no, I remember a little bit from when I played
from when you first played.
But I'm just trying to read.
Then I'll say, like, to reiterate, like he's not highly respected amongst some of the people there because of exactly what you said. Because he's so young. Okay. Because he's not all about war and like they're kind of trained in an all war mindset. Yeah. Right? No, so like the console, it's kind of like this undertone of the console's like using him for something that you don't know yet. And so not exactly brainwashing him to like fight because that would also imply death. Because if you lose the fight, you could die, right? Yeah. So
is it because he builds their machinery, right? Pretty much. Because that's what we see at the beginning. I literally, the last thing I saw was he left with the console, and I just haven't played since just because of the weekend. I'll probably play some tonight.
Yeah.
I'll probably play some because my whole room is clean.
You should. So, you definitely should open it up. That game is meant to be experienced with an open mind, right?
Yeah.
Like almost like watching like Dune Part 1. Yeah. Like you got to be like ready for taking it all in.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't just restart where I was at. Absolutely. Because I'm like, I am not ready to just jump back in. But I am on, I believe I'm on chapter 3, or if not chapter 2. Okay. And I stopped at chapter 4. And the last thing I saw was like the console J. Yeah, so I'm pretty close. I think I'm at level 20, and my guys were at like level 32. Okay. So I'm getting close. Yeah. And I think what I'm gonna do. I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna switch back to my old profile because
when you get there.
Yeah, because there were a couple side quests that I did not really want to do, like that thirsty Napon in that one desert region. And I was like, I don't want to give him like 50 fucking dark grapes so he'll wake up. But I did do that in my original file. Yeah. So I'm like, I might as well hop to where I was once I feel like I'm caught up.
No, I respect that because then you could also just fast track the story, right? Because that's a whole part of Xenoblade is it doubles your time doing all that it has to offer.
Well, that's what I was even thinking. I was like, I remember I have that hero quest with that kid, and there was a hero quest with an archer. She's like a Gormonti from like another colony.
That's right.
I'll probably do that again, but I could just like fast track it way more than I did before. Yeah. Just cutting my playtime down. Definitely. So I can get the information and kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
Be more like enveloped in the world, right? Because it's like, it's all world building. Right.
And that's, oh my gosh. I did what you told me last episode, I think, which was I switched to Cena. I switched her to her, what's
Senna.
Senna. Yeah. What's her?
Her like Warhammer like ability.
Yeah. What's that called?
Class.
Their class. Yes. Yeah. I love it. So what I did was I literally just switched. So I did
Noah.
Noah and Cena.
Yeah.
Senna. I keep saying.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I get it. Bunch of names.
You were great, Senna. That's what I remember whenever I think of it.
Tyon. I can remember him last week.
Yeah, you're right. We couldn't. Yeah. So I have Lons and Mio that I switched, and then I just did Tyon and what's her name?
Uni.
Uni. Yes. Yeah. Also, I fucking love these characters so much.
They're amazing.
None of them feel two-dimensional at all.
Like, or a copy cut from previous Xenoblade
I was
going
to say that because you could clearly look at Lons and you'd be like, oh, that's the Rhine. But Lons is not an idiot. Like, he's very smart.
He's not Rhine.
And Rhine is very, like, for the most part, he's very kind of welcoming and kind of like an upbeat kind of character. Lons is not like that at all. No. If anything, he's kind of a hard ass. He's kind of a dick to like everybody.
Yes.
And he was very much antagonized. He always antagonizes Tyon and like all these like consistently. through the part that I'm at now. And you just would not see Ryan doing that, or even like my favorite in Torna, which was Adam, who I love so much.
Yes,
he was like one of those characters where he shows up, he's a big guy, kind of like a little bit of a doofus, you know what I mean, for the most part. I'd say I love, probably one of my favorite characters is Adam, because he's like Rex mixed with Ryan, because he's like the adult version of Rex.
Yes, bro.
He's taking care of like everything he can. But yeah, no, I'm loving it. Yeah. I'm so ready to get back into it, but I definitely I felt like I had a lot of stuff to take care of.
Oh yeah, no, I get it, bro. Yeah, take all the time you need. I mean, like, that's just an experience that should be taken heart remembered.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's sticking with me now, and I have full intention to finish it, play the DLC, and hopefully by that time you'll be done with Final Fantasy Remake. I mean Rebirth.
Yes. Yeah. Yes and yes.
Yes and yes.
Both. Yeah, in fact, that I'll segue into Persona, because Kendall and I, for our date night, we were watching Seven Deadly Sins.
Right.
Which I'll get back to that in a sec.
Yes,
we're about to wrap up season 2, which is because it's only 4 episodes.
It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
But it's a sweet 4 episodes.
It's a very sweet 4 episodes.
It's definitely a good break from how crazy the end of season 1 was.
Yeah.
You know?
Extremely.
It's just so much fun kind of... Have you seen anything with like the horn? With like Bond?
Oh yeah. They show that in season 1 because that is how he approaches.
That's how he approaches Meliodas.
And Meliodas basically is like, captain's orders.
Right.
Do your duty.
Yeah.
We'll come back to this.
Right.
Right. And so them coming back to it is a part of season 2.
Yeah.
Right. The fighting festival.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
It's so good,
festival,
bro. Yeah.
In the perfect cube.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
We'll get. There's more I want to say in Seven Deadly.
Yes.
But what I want to say is that, yes, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is the plan. Like, that's something that pretty much as soon as I feel like caught up with, like, I think I'm going to make it a goal to get my taxes done.
Okay.
Before it gets too late
Holy
for
shit,
that.
I need to do that too. When is that? April?
It's probably mid-April. It usually is.
Yeah. I'll do that before I go to Seattle.
So I want to get my taxes done, and then with my free time opening up, catch up with a couple of friends, and then I'm going all into Rebirth.
Yeah.
However, Paper Mario is right around the corner. It's
that's coming out
at
May
the end of
12th,
May.
Right?
And here's the deal.
Okay.
Kendall and I, we were playing Seven Deadly Sins, and then we both just were in a mood to play a game together.
Sure.
And so we really were... honestly, I was gassing up Minecraft story mode so much. I know I've gassed up to you before.
Yeah.
But I'll reiterate for the audience, this is my favorite Telltale game.
Wow.
Right? So... yeah,
have you
definitely.
Played the other ones though?
I played a lot. I played Batman. I played Walking Dead, the first one.
Yeah.
I played there's a Wolf Among Us, which is probably the best one, to be honest with you, objectively, right? Yeah, it's just incredible.
Right.
I played a little bit of Guardians of the Galaxy, but I would definitely have to restart that one.
Yeah.
Tales from the Borderlands. That's also a really
I
good
forgot
one.
they did that Borderlands game.
Oh yeah, that one's excellent.
Yeah.
Batman's also really
I've heard
fucking good.
really good things.
Yeah,
about
Batman. I almost enjoyed it more than watching like the Dark Knight series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Honestly,
that's a big. Yeah.
Yeah, and those are fucking great, bro.
Have you seen that new Batman? Not to get off topic.
No, but I heard it was really good.
It's amazing. Dude.
Yeah, I think you guys were all talking about it.
I think it's the best Batman.
Batman? Okay. Yeah, I gotta watch that because I'm very mixed on Batman. Like I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like Batman could be put into a box of whatever the director's trying to like kind of like push Batman to be.
Yes.
And it's not actually Batman.
You know what I mean? You would love the Batman then.
Okay.
Because it takes everything that I want to see, which is there is a psyche within Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Where
which like, that's a huge part of his character.
That's what I think his character is, because that's the interesting part to me of how do you go from the conclusion that you make from the death of your parents and all these things and the crime that happens in Gotham, how do you go from that to, I'll take it into my own hands, I will be, you know, a symbol of fear or a symbol to these villains? Yes. How do you go from that?
Right.
And it's you wouldn't expect it to be, I'm not going to say too much more, but cool. it's you
must see. Okay. Well, my favorite of the Telltale games is Minecraft Story Mode for so many reasons. Yeah. Number one, because it's unexpected. Looking at it from the outside, I mean, for me personally, it was like, why the fuck did they make this game? Like, what is this? But legitimately, it has really good writing, really, really good characters. Literally, I love the main cast, every character in it. Yeah. The plot is legitimately really good.
Right.
And it has, like, heart-wrenching moments. Wow. Did not expect that from this series.
Impressive,
right? And it's so good they made a second one. Okay, right? Season 2, Minecraft Story Mode. Which, by the way, each of them also has a 3-pack DLC. Wow. So that means Season 1 and 2 have 8 episodes.
Right.
So I went on the PlayStation Store to re-download it, because I've already bought it on PS4 way back when.
Yeah.
Dude, they're not available anymore.
Why not?
Because of all the stuff that happened with Telltale way back when, with them going bankrupt and then being bought out, and then like the rights were sold off. So they're on the store, but it literally just says unavailable. Right.
Damn.
So I think my PS4 is still in your room, right?
Yeah.
So I think I have to grab that to be able to play the game. But we didn't figure it out until like we're knee deep in our date night last night. So we were like, all right, let's switch to something else. Just see, right? Yeah. And she was curious about Persona. So I was like, all right, let's just start Persona 3 Reload and just kind of show you what Persona's like.
Yeah.
We ended up playing it for like 3 hours.
No way.
Yes, bro.
So you started Reload.
I started Reload.
Wow.
And and I'm like, okay, so leaving this off, would you want to play through this together? By the way, this is not a short game.
Right.
This is insanely long, right?
Stupid amount of
no, she's like, no, I want to watch the whole experience.
Wow.
So I think we're gonna play through that game together.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you think you're gonna play that? And then
so I think what I'm gonna do is passively play that. Probably focus more on that, because it's also more quality time with Kendall that I haven't had to have.
Sure.
Or I haven't got the luxury of having in this work season, right?
Right.
Paper Mario's gonna come out. That's not that long. It's probably like a good 30 to 40 hours of just going all in, and I'll really take it all in. I want to appreciate the fuck out of that whole experience, right?
Absolutely.
It's a childhood dream that I never thought would come true.
Absolutely.
So I'm probably thinking after that is when I'm going to start Rebirth, and I'll do that at the same time as Reload.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
so
cool.
That's
I
the
like
plan.
that. I like that.
With me playing, stopping what I'm doing to play the Xenoblade 3 Future Redeemed as soon as you start it, because we need to be on the same train for that, and I'm already ready.
You should start it by the time I get to where you're at, and I'll just keep you posted on where, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're pretty far, right? You're like 12 hours in?
Yeah, you're right. I forgot. I think I'm like 20.
Oh, well,
I think I played
that's
for
what I'm
a
saying.
minute.
I think I should get to where you are.
Okay.
I'll keep telling you about it, and you'll be like, you're close, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of refresh you on what's going on a little bit if you need that, and I'll just keep
Yeah, and I think because I was thinking about restarting it, because kind of like I'm not really in the world anymore.
Yeah.
However, I remember the main points, so I'm thinking I'm gonna go back in and just fast track the story and kind of like say fuck it to the rest of the bonus content.
Is it kind of like? No, I'm not gonna ask anything. I was gonna ask if it's like Torna, but I don't want to know. Don't say anything.
I've already told you everything you need to know.
Good.
Which is that it's more than any, like, you know, each DLC just gets better, right?
Absolutely.
So, just know that.
I like that.
Joshua, what I do want to say, though, 7 Deadly Sins. Let's go back.
Please.
My guy, wrapping up Season 1.
Oh, my God.
Not only did I forget exactly how insane they painted Hendrickson to be, especially from how Hendrickson turns out later in the series, right?
Absolutely.
And just how power scaling is such a massive concept in the show. Yeah. But you really reminded me when you were talking earlier about, I think, one of those movies. I can't quite remember, but like 7 Deadly Sins, like this idea. Oh, it was when you were talking about Avatar, I think. Or no, Invincible. How it does a really good job.
Okay.
Yeah. Like not like kind of inserting you in the world and not really explaining. That is the whole vibe of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah.
Right? They almost like explain further the world and everything around the sins.
Right.
And the sins are the most mysterious part about the show.
Absolutely.
You know?
Especially season 1. That's the
Especially
whole
season 1.
Setup.
The setup is crazy. I loved, still even going back and rewatching the show, looking at that opening, right? With the pre-opening, right? Where it's like, yeah, and it's like, this is the tale of ancient times. Yeah, the legendary Dreyfuss's voice. Fucking how it shows episode 1, what that looks like, to the last episode and what that looks like, and how it slowly transformed.
Right.
Beautiful.
It's so well done.
Yeah,
bro. I love season 1. It almost like in a deep way that is almost separate from the show, because it's this introduction to the massive plot and the massive world.
To like the world,
the whole thing
of 7 Deadly.
Britannia and the whole lore of demons and angels. Like, that's just hinted at. Right, that's the whole idea.
Yes,
and even I mean, it's probably a pretty gratifying thing. Like at the end of season 1, knowing everything that happens, and seeing like Elizabeth at the end with like you see her eye, and you're like, at first you're like, what the hell is going on? And then watching it now, you're kind of like, oh shit,
the timer starts.
Yeah, the timer.
That's literally what I thought.
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. Yes. And so, I mean, I just can't wait for you to
dude, and taking even because trying to make it cryptic, right?
Yeah,
like taking a closer look at Meliodas and how he's reacting to things.
Right.
And it's like, oh my gosh, like you think it's one way because it fits, right? Like how Meliodas, but even the small comments, right? Like he's like, well, of course I don't want you to, or like, nah, you're probably gonna be useless coming with me on the journey, right? And she's like, what? What do you mean? He's like, well, don't get me wrong. You are my purpose in life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just so casually and just how all the dialogue, it's so masterfully written that you just don't know anything.
Right.
Right? And it's just perfect.
Yeah,
it's
those
amazing.
little details I just love so much, too. I mean, it's built up so well. Even just starting the series, and even starting the first episode and not knowing Meliodas is Meliodas, the captain of the 7 Deadly Sins. Yes, bro. That is such a hype scene. The music, the way that it's done, the animation, it's just, it's so peak. It's literally so freaking good.
It's so
and I'm so glad you're
good.
rewatching, because
me too.
It's definitely an experience that I think should be experienced at least twice. To be honest,
I completely agree.
It's one of those stories where it's like those details of like Meliodas saying that. It's like at first you're kind of like, man, this dude's a goofball. Like he just met this girl, right?
Oh yeah.
Nah.
Even in season 4, they have like the small hint from the horn. Actually, Meliodas approaches the horn before they go into the fighting festival,
right?
And it's very cryptic, the dialogue, because obviously they have a history, but you don't know what it is.
Right.
And one of the lines that the horn throws out is something like, XYZ, you were just like this 3,000 years ago, right? And Meliodas, like, clearly understanding what she's saying, and he's not confused, right? And it's like, dude, there's so much you don't know.
Gosh, it's so good.
Yeah, and it's so good.
Do you remember what was 3,000 years ago? Do you remember what it was?
Was it the curse? And the betrayal,
kinda.
The betrayal leading to the curse.
It was the Holy War.
It was the Holy War, right? Like the
which
first
led into
Holy
that.
War.
The first Holy War.
Yeah, 3,000 years ago. Literally, it's like AOT, bro. And it's like, oh no, this is the box you were in, and now, right?
Absolutely,
insane.
Literally, insane.
Something I wanted to bring up specifically to kind of even wrap up our catch up here, Josh, is like on 7 Deadly Sins. It's such a beautiful. Like, goes with the writing and the storytelling, but it's so unique. I've just never really experienced another, like, piece of, like, literature that really does it in this way of, like, how it sets up. Like, I love religious themes, and that's kind of rare for... I'm a pretty religious person, right? So, like, coming from a religious person, I love mythological religious themes and how, like, it's always, like, this kind of story of, like, there's a religion... being put out to control the world, which a lot of people alive actually like believe too, right? Like, and a lot of that is true, right?
There's truth
like,
to it, you know.
There's definitely truth to it.
There's also
that's a better way to say it.
in this world, so
yes, absolutely. So how these like fantasy novels like take that idea and stretch it out, and like so 7 Deadly Sins specifically, it's got this idea of like, okay, 7 deadly sins just in the title, and then the titles of the main characters. Right. That's a very like bold claim, and they repeatedly do it in the show. They're literally like calling each other their full titles. Yeah. 7 Deadly Sins, like what is it? Fox Sin, Bond.
Fox Sin of Greed,
Fox Sin of Greed, Bond. Like that's like the entire title of this character.
Sin of Envy.
Yes, man. And how it's painted in this way, but this beautiful, like it's almost painting it to be evil. Or painting it to be like that's a permanent thing. Like you are labeled. They have a tattoo that is labeled their sin. Right. But then even go to the end of season 1, all of the Holy Knights bow in unison to the king, all admitting blame for their sin. Right. Which was betraying the kingdom because they were blind to the citizens of what was happening. Yeah. And like they're all taking that on themselves, and the picture that paints about like. What even is a sin? What even is, like, is anything really permanent? Right. And the whole idea of the sins is that, yes, they all have, in this world, like, each one has done the worst of that kind of sin. Right? Meliodas, Wrath, destroyed a city. Yeah. Obviously a scary dude with a lot of power. Of course. But they each have recognized those sins within themselves. Right. And are making sure they never go there again and using their power for good. Right?
And they're labeling themselves as that almost as like a reminder in a degree, I believe.
Yes. You know? Yeah, and even like Meliodas, with how much is held back, obviously a big part of that is his power. And it's almost like this very intentional, he lets himself get knocked out, right? Like he has intentionally limited his own power so that he can't exude his power for anger again. Yeah. Right?
Or and those things I think are such a even like an incredible character trait where at first you're like, you know, it's literally, there's so many times in 7 Deadly Sins where it's like, oh, at first you thought this and it's actually like this. But once you're rewatching, understanding who Meliodas is, like at his core, with his backstory, everything he's gone through, you see almost a much more complex character than when you first started the show and what you keep assuming he is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm so beautiful. Glad you're watching.
Yeah, dude. So glad. And it like it's just like kind of like Korra and Avatar. Yeah. It's like it's a further appreciating the beauty of how much how thorough it is. Yeah, you know, like through and through. Second point, coming off of everything I just said about especially the religion, is like, you know, we're about to be introduced at the beginning of season 3 to the new villains, which are the 10 Commandments. And so then, especially when I was first watching the show, it's like, what? Like and they're evil. That's like what is happening? Yeah. But it's this perfect ideology of us as humans, right? And like there's many stories in history, or maybe you know people who have been given a certain level of power, and they abuse the power, right? And so in this case, painting the picture of, again, within the religion, it's these 10 commandments, and so they're like, no, I'm above this law, and I like it's my job basically to enforce it, regardless of my intentions of whether that's for the benefit of mankind or for my benefit, right? You know,
agree.
Beautiful.
I love it so much.
Josh, you mind if we take that and go on a break real quick?
Yeah, I gotta pee.
This episode started? Perfect. Let's do it, bro. All right, Joshy, let's get plugged in.
Let's get plugged in, man.
Fuck yeah, my friends. Welcome to the official Flash Brothers podcast. Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
This production is essentially two best friends sharing casual discussions and divulging our collective interests.
That's right.
We blend retro and modern topics framed around gaming, anime, and our further diverse passions.
That's right.
And our focus is set on spreading positive vibes within comprehensive and informative content while building a vibrant community where you can be a part of the conversation.
That's right, Sammy.
You know what I'm saying, Josh?
Oh, I'm hearing it, man.
You're hearing it, bro.
Yeah.
Episodes drop Fridays at 5 a.m., my friends, with pregame dropping 24 hours earlier, so they'll be available tomorrow at 5 a.m., bright and early.
Which
in the show.
Which was yesterday.
Which is yesterday.
By the time they're hearing this,
exactly, yes. Yep. On the 5th, actually.
Should I shut the window? There's fireworks.
Honestly, we got fireworks going on. I don't know what is going on, to be honest. I know Momo was freaking out. Yeah. And they're real fireworks. Like, I looked out and just past our house. Yeah, like the big booming. Is it
like a Mexican holiday?
April 3rd?
Yeah.
A Wednesday?
Could be.
Could be.
Check
it out. Fact check real quick.
I'm going to fact check right now.
This episode, my friends, is available everywhere. This show and episode, and you can find it. Personally, I use Spotify. Josh uses YouTube Music.
That's right.
But anywhere you guys can find podcasts, you'll be able to find our podcast. And obviously, if you're listening, you already found it. But if you got a preferred platform, just know it is available anywhere, my friends. And if it's somewhere you would like that we don't got it, let us know.
Okay, so I have some news.
Yes.
Okay, this is a weird one. It's not even listed on the Apple holiday, but it's on this website called National Today. So it's saying what holidays are today.
Yeah.
World Party Day. This is not a joke. This is what it says right here. It's World Party Day.
It's April 3rd?
Yeah. The motto is the day is pass the food and turn up the music. So gather your friends and stock up on supplies.
Okay, baby.
Didn't even know that.
National holiday.
That's right, baby.
Wow.
It's not listed on the Apple calendar.
I've literally never heard of it.
I've never heard of that.
You said National Party Day?
Is that what you said? What it's called, yeah.
So it's a United States thing?
It's World Party Day.
It's World Party Day.
Yeah, so the whole world's partying.
Holy crap,
Didn't even know that.
That's huge. All right.
It absolutely is.
That changes the whole vibe.
It really does.
Joshua, let's explain to everyone how they can get involved.
I would love to
hear that.
Yes.
Questions, comments, theories, discussions, and more can be written in, my friends.
Wow.
Check this out. Patreon.com/FlashBrosPodcast.
Okay.
And you'll receive free membership updates and just with what everything is happening with our channel directly for every upload we got. Plus an invite to our Discord.
Nice.
Our public community Discord. Yes, sir.
That's right.
And, as Josh, you mentioned earlier, we have our gold tier sponsorship.
That's right, we do.
Absolutely.
Right, we do.
What does that mean, Joshy?
Well, it basically means that they're exclusive Patreon supporters who are supporting the our show
absolutely
completely by monetarily giving us money. That's incredible.
I know. Yeah, the diehard, the truest of true
fans. The truest of true.
You might say.
Gold is almost an understatement, I feel like.
I feel like it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Although I do, as we stated when we put out the name gold tier sponsor, that will be upgrading when we decide to increase the price.
One day.
Oh, yeah. Yes, absolutely. So, perks include, my friends, special recognition during each episode, access to exclusive content, and Patreon posts, including our pregame content we got going right now.
That's right, which you can check out. It comes out every Thursday, right?
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Tomorrow, and that's like a pre-recording we do for about like an hour or two before we actually kick off the actual Flash Bros.
Yeah, it's kind of like an in-depth little VIP lounge.
Yes, sir.
Is what we call it.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's a lot of
more
fun.
Personal.
So.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Yeah. Honestly, I felt today was like extremely chill.
Very casual.
Yeah, very casual.
In a good way, though.
Absolutely, always. My friend.
When would it not be, Sam?
Another perk here is sending submissions directly through Patreon via direct message.
There's a DM.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And exclusive channel access within our Discord community server.
That's right.
So that's like basically priority channels and priority access to Joshy and I, and private discussions just amongst the Patreon sponsors. And the final perk here, Joshy, is our membership price lock-in. What that means is a permanent subscription price, so no matter what is happening in the future, and which we will, the price will increase. If you sign up now, you stay this price forever. You know what I'm saying?
Forever.
But Joshy, what if that takes too much effort? What if I don't want to sign up for anything?
Well, I think that's pretty reasonable.
I think it's completely
extremely okay.
Yes.
I think that's completely okay.
We get it, my friends. Absolutely. It's completely okay. You can simply send us an email, flashbrospodcast@gmail.com.
That's right.
Or simply respond to our Q&As that are live each and every episode on Spotify.
On Spotify.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which Spotify, you can have a free account to be able to access everything that the wow, this massive hair I just found tickling my neck.
What the? Whose is that?
That looks like an Adrel hair. Or yours.
Adrel hair?
Yeah.
That is not an Adrel hair.
Well, it's kind of curly, no? It's going on the ground. It's joining the rest. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have a Q&A that's live on Spotify for every episode we put out. And also, For those who don't know,
yes.
just having a free Spotify account,
right.
It's separate from the music side of Spotify.
Right.
You have all full access to everything that is involved with podcasts.
That's right, you do.
Check that out, you guys.
Absolutely
Your
do.
support means genuine growth for the podcast and our community. And communication.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? We appreciate and love each and every one of you guys very much. Hope you know.
My gosh, so much, so deep, it's crazy.
So deep.
Absolutely.
So speaking of that first perk we mentioned here, Joshy, I have a list of here, like on the paper.
Oh yeah,
there's the beautiful list.
It's a physical piece of paper.
It is.
Yep.
Of our Gold Tier sponsors.
Oh.
Let's run it through. We got Annette. Annette, first up on the list. Big shout out, Annette. Huge. We love you.
We love you so much.
She's my own mother, and she's probably not listening because she's got a very, very busy life. She's not really a podcast girl.
Yeah.
But she gets a shout out each and every week, nonetheless.
She's a supporter of our community.
The very first on the list.
Absolutely.
I might add.
Yes.
And next on this list is Donald Duck.
Oh,
himself.
Donald D.
How we doing?
Yes.
We should have like a shout out, like a call out, like.
I wish either of us could do that. That was the best I could
It's
do.
Perfect. It can't be too much. It might gear me towards like Duck Hunt.
Oh yeah.
Which Donald Duck would be no more.
Right. Well, that would be no good. But if we're talking video game franchises where Donald Duck is a prominent character, Kingdom Hearts comes to mind.
Absolutely.
So maybe shift that to Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
He's your healer, right?
He is. No, more the magic guy.
Oh, he's a magic.
Yeah, and healing. Healing's there.
Healing's part of
But he's more of like this offensive kind of like black mage vibe.
Okay.
You know? Yeah.
I'm with it.
The goofiest of mages.
The goofiest
you know what
of
I mean?
mages.
Speaking of which, Kendall on this list.
Kendall.
Welcome, girl. How we doing?
Yeah.
She also doesn't really listen to podcasts, I'll be honest, but she is my very beloved. So she and a huge supporter of the show. She keeps me and Joshy functional behind the scenes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
If anything, she's a massive part of us being able to make this happen.
Absolutely. I mean, even you were saying it, I think, in pregame, but Kendall is in your room right now.
Yes, she is.
While we're recording in my room.
Yes, she is.
Which is the first week that's been set up because she's been in like the couch or like on the go.
Right.
But I feel like it's a good switcheroo vibe.
I completely agree.
Yeah, and she needs comfort, because we're very comfortable in here.
We're very comfortable, in fact. I feel like, it's kind of sad sometimes I walk out and we're all comfy in here. We got, the lo-fi screen playing.
Yep.
And she's out on the couch, which she always makes it look extremely comfortable.
She does.
Always.
Yeah. She's really, really good about making her vibe anywhere she goes.
Anywhere she goes, absolutely.
So God bless her heart for that.
God bless her for that.
Next on this list is a Drell.
A Drell.
A Drell himself. You want to give him a quick plug real quick,
of course,
Joshy?
Yeah. He does Twitch streaming.
Yes, sir.
So he is a Twitch streamer.
It's kind of a big deal.
Oh, a huge deal.
I don't know if you heard.
Oh, come on. Who hasn't heard of Sweet A?
Sweet A,
That's
my guy.
At Sweet A-Y-E-E-E. A.
A.
E's. Like you're saying Sweet A.
Sweet A!
Sweet A.
We love that guy. Yeah, seriously,
so
Adrell, always a part. He's a huge part of our lives. He lives in the same house with us.
Yeah.
And he's making his dreams happen.
He absolutely is.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Next on this list, Joshy, is John Rao the Fourth. Johnny! Welcome in, Johnny. How you doing, brother? Usually the first avid listener we got on the entire list of everyone listening to the show.
He's a diehard.
He's a diehard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Diehard, tryhard, big fan.
You say that.
I love him.
Yeah,
all right? That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Johnny's part of the fam, part of the brotherhood.
He needs to come over soon.
He will.
I said that last week.
No, I know. We got to make Guys Night happen next week.
Guys Night needs to happen.
Yes.
We kind of had a Guys Night last night.
Kind of, yeah. It's funny how they it'll be like one person coming over.
Yeah.
But we live in a house of boys, so it'll kind of turn into a Guys Night. Right? We had Gabe over last night.
Which is nice, too, because... Kendall's usually here.
Yep.
And we had Gabe last night, and his girlfriend Anicia also came by. We have Jade living in the house, so they kind of had a separate little girls' night.
They definitely did. Yeah, I know. It kind of feels like a full house right now.
It literally does.
No, it's perfect.
But yeah, Johnny. We need Johnny over.
We do, bro. We need you. Yeah, we love big support for the podcast, Johnny, always, and we super appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
And next on this list, another big fan. Yes. We got Lene Lovelady herself, the superhero.
Yes, sir.
Big main cast of Invincible, no?
Yeah, she is, actually. Yeah. She showed up in the latest season. I was really impressed to see her because, she had a less prominent role in the first season.
Yeah.
But still, just had it was such a big impact.
No, for sure. I mean? Yeah, I feel like her main, it's crazy that she's like a cameo on that show from our podcast.
Right.
But I feel like legitimately she gets the spotlight she deserves.
Absolutely. Yeah, Lene Lovelady. With a name like that, she deserves the spotlight.
She deserves it,
I'll tell you that.
Absolutely. Next on this list, from the same posse at my work, we got Mikey of the Sandoval 7.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mikey Sandoval.
With Tayden being a part of the Sandoval 7. Yes. Shout out to you, Tayden.
Shout out to the man.
Welcome in, my friends.
Welcome in, both of you guys.
I got some write-in from Mikey for this week, actually. Yeah. Pertaining to the Spider-Man episodes. So look forward to that in a sec.
I love
it. The final gold tier sponsor we got here, Joshy,
who is
your father.
My dad.
Also, Mikey.
Mike Sims, the man himself.
Mike Sims, the man himself.
The man himself. What's up, Dad? He's been listening. He's been listening to every single episode. So shout out to my dad. Dad, if you're listening, we love you so much. Thank you for the support. Absolutely killing it.
Absolutely,
it's beautiful that we have your mom and my dad as like a little sandwich of the family.
Yeah, literally, it's a sandwich, right? Yeah, no, it's amazing, bro. The support is unreal.
It's unreal.
We got a couple of quick special shout outs here, Joshy, for the Flash Bros team, the Flash team, if you will.
Absolutely.
First on here is Brad. He's got a big plug here for Shadow Buddy Music and Shadow Buddy. You can find him on pretty much every audio platform.
Yes.
On YouTube.
Yes.
On Instagram as Shadow Buddy Music. This guy makes all of the music for our podcast.
Dude, and he's good too.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Very talented,
If you've listened so far, you've heard his track.
Yes.
And it's a freaking banger,
It's a banger, man. Yeah, this guy is, honestly, he's got a vision that I cannot match in any form.
Absolutely.
And this guy, he's just got it for audio.
Does.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, Brad, huge part of the team. We love and appreciate.
Thank you, Brad. We love you so much.
And Caleb.
Oh, big Caleb.
Yes, sir. I got a write-in from Caleb this week. He's very involved with the show behind the scenes, but he is an additional co-host to the show.
Yes.
Whenever we can use him. The only challenge we really got is distance.
Yes.
But we pretty much always got it figured out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time. But going into this summer, there's some software I'm going to be testing to see. Yeah, because latency would be like the biggest issue, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we ain't doing like no Skype call or anything like that. I'll tell you that much. So,
no Zoom.
But there is some things to come. Yeah, no, fuck Zoom, bro.
Zoom sucks.
Yeah. Zoom just reminds me of Dutch Bros. You know what I mean?
Me of
and like
all
just
of,
jobs.
Like, peak garbage pandemic stuff that was just like the not
that's a
fun
great
part,
way to
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just what I think about
the name Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoom.
It was never like in a positive light, right? Yeah. No Zoom.
No Zoom.
Joshy, you know how we do, my brother.
Oh, I know how we go.
Do you?
Yeah, it's episode 33. I better know how we go.
You better know how we go, brother.
Nah.
Let's kick off our show with diving into the classics, the very first segment, known as Retro Recap. Yes, sir. You know what I realized last week? We didn't shout Retro Recap.
Did we not?
We didn't. We didn't do Retro Recap because it was a special episode.
Yeah, right.
But we acknowledged it and we didn't shout it out. I almost felt like it was a sin listening back to it.
Is.
So glad we made it up this week.
Should we do it again?
Just a second time?
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's do it right now.
Yeah.
This first segment is Retro Recap! It's the recap of the recap. You know what I'm saying, brother?
Recapping the Retro Recap.
Yes, sir. My friends, Retro Recap, this is just a small first introductory segment with a curated piece of gaming history from some point in the past today.
Yes, today.
And today is April 3rd, to reiterate.
Right. Oh, it's World Party Day.
It's World Party Day.
It is.
You're right. I actually got this list from worldparty.com.
Good.
And looked at all of the all the history here to see what was most notable.
Right.
Stuck out to me.
Well, it's a very important holiday, so how could you not
obviously
have that factor into the way that you think about everything we do today? You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. And Apple doesn't even know about it, so let's just keep it on the down low.
Keep it on the DL.
You know?
Keep it on the DL. Wait, but this is going to be on Apple Music, so what do we do about that?
Well, this will be the debut. So bet they're looking forward to that.
So listen up, Apple. Tim Cook, if you're listening, which you most likely are because you listen to every podcast that's posted on Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. make sure to put that on the old Apple calendar, man. Come on. World Party Day it's a huge celebration that everyone does every single year. So.
My friends, we get this list here from Moby Gaming. It's a database since 1999, and we also have a critic score, which is the average of all of the critic scores, as the name directly says.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah, across the board. That's right. Which varies. Obviously things have more publications have come to light as the years have gone on.
That's right.
So some of these scores, I would say, are a little more dramatic for older titles because there's only like maybe 12 publications giving them a review.
You're not wrong.
With that being said, let's dive in, Josh. Today's retro recap is Breath of Fire.
Breath of Fire?
Breath of Fire, my friend. Great. You haven't heard of it.
I've never even heard of it.
Okay.
Or maybe I've heard of it.
I bet you have in a small form,
Probably.
especially, I think for you, if I was to guess how you've heard of it, it was probably on either the Wii, the Wii U, like the classic shops.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
I thought you were going to say Breath of the Wild. I was like, there's no way it came
I know.
out
I almost did because it's Breath of Fire. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look it up,
for a critic score, Joshy, this is sitting at a 74%. But
74?
74. Not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Especially because this is the debut turn-based RPG, JRPG, if you will, genre-style game that Capcom ever put out.
Wow.
One of the only that Capcom has put out that's even remotely close to the style, actually. You know what I'm saying?
This is a cool style, though. I'm looking up
Very
pictures
cool.
right now.
Yeah.
It looks like Final Fantasy. Like the or no, this logo kind of gives me
what's the vibe?
It's Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
That's the vibe I'm getting. Yep.
No, I would say that's probably more true to form. I mean, even Final Fantasy was a very early concept thing, but like Dragon Quest, and with it almost being like very anime inspired. Yeah. Right. I feel like that's definitely the art style of this thing. It's like every game in the series really gears towards.
Absolutely, giving it off.
So you haven't played any of them.
No,
right?
Okay. I in fact I probably know the least about this than any of the other retro recaps we've done. Which this is funny. I know this is it doesn't even matter. For the past, since we started doing the one retro recaps, I haven't played a single game that we've done so far. So explain to me, Sam, what is Breath of Fire?
I'll be honest with you.
Give it to me.
Well, just to cover your concern here.
My concern.
Just know that in the lists I have been looking at in the last like 4 weeks, I would say, maybe even 5 since we've gone down to a single.
It might have been 5.
Yeah, it's been like 4 or 5 weeks.
I think it was the 5th.
There hasn't really been like one prominent that I'm like, oh, this is definitely what we're talking about. This is the one, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I'll even tell you the runner-up for today was Konami as a company. Oh. Because on this date in history, they started a subsidiary company, like a development company, because of like some earthquake I think that happened in Japan. Wow. And then it ended up going under. So there was more. It was more of history on what happened with the company, more than actually any kind of like recap or game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I feel.
But it's fun anyway, nonetheless, because just like you, I bet a bunch of people out there have also not heard of Breath of Fire.
Yeah, this is new to me.
Yeah, man. So I got a little tidbit for you, and there'll definitely be some things that I say in kind of the info about it that do ring a bell, okay?
Okay.
First, I'll say that this was published in the U.S. by Squaresoft. Okay?
Oh, wow.
So, and for those who don't know, Squaresoft being the precursor to Square Enix, the developers and creators of Final Fantasy.
Okay?
Yeah. So
Square's
they had their toes dipped in here.
Stuff too.
Yeah, they definitely have. So for the original release date of this game, developed by Capcom, as I said, this came out in the Super Nintendo, April 3rd, 1993. Okay? So that puts it about 30 years old. Wait. That would make it exactly 31 years old.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I can do math.
That's amazing. You guys are the same age.
That's right. That's right beautiful. Now, baby. Yeah. Okay.
You and Breath of Fire got something in common.
Yeah, and I have not played the first one. I actually have only played a little bit of the third one.
But you played the third one.
A little bit.
So you know
and I've played quite a bit of the fourth one.
Oh, really?
Yes, which is on PlayStation 1.
PlayStation 1. I saw that on the pictures right here. I have the the picture.
You got it pulled up. Yeah.
It kind of looks like what's that one? Xenogears or no?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's like Xenogears. Yeah, like the kind of like art style.
Like
there.
that style.
Yeah, it's very like stylized and hand drawn.
Yes,
I love it.
so.
Or have you heard of a game series called Lunar?
No, I haven't.
Lunar.
Lunar.
Something like that. Yeah, I feel like it's got like a very similar type of vibe, right?
Okay.
But
I'm looking at pictures. Yeah.
What I want to say about Breath of Fire,
yes,
is SquareSoft only worked on the localization and the promotion of the game in the United States. In Japan, this was 100% Capcom. Okay?
Oh wow.
Yeah. And they released it in the United States a year later in 1994. So I'm gonna read to you what was on the back of the box art, specifically though for the U.S. copy.
Okay.
Okay.
I love it.
So. Translation goes, Breath of Fire, now you're playing with fire.
Oh,
sounds like we're a Nintendo thing.
Oh, it does.
You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's funny? I'm looking at this right here. This is the picture on the SNES.
Yes.
The American release. Definitely not very anime, but it reminds me of every single like NES, SNES release from America.
Totally.
Like, you know the Mega Man cover?
Yes.
The way it's like a realistic man. I'm like, who is that? That's not
It looks
Mega
like
Man.
a comic book.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, it's perfect. I see a little bit of Ryu in that too, right? Because that was a big, thinking like Capcom IP.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I was thinking, it does kind of look like Ryu a little bit because he's got the
You know what I mean?
They're using that, to sell.
Yeah.
So keep reading.
Yeah, from the box art,
yes.
Or I guess on the back of the box, all right? In a distant land, peace was maintained for thousands of years by a fearful dragon clan who could transform into powerful monsters.
Oh my gosh.
One day, they discovered a goddess who could fulfill their every wish. What? That's always a good idea. Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like whenever I see any kind of lamp or goddess that does any wish,
absolutely,
that's not a bad omen in any way.
No,
right?
Never could
there's
be.
No risk here.
I don't think there's ever been a story about a wish granter that caused bad things.
Except for the next sentence.
Oh God, no.
Greed split the clan into dark and light dragons, each battling the other to win her magic. One member of the light dragons, along with 7 of his companions, it would be 7, right? Of course. Yeah, emerged to keep the opposing forces from destroying the world. Wow. Using 6 magical keys, they sealed the goddess into another realm. Wow. Now it kind of sounds like Zelda. What's going on?
Kind of a little bit with the 6 and the C.
You know what I mean? Centuries have passed. The dark dragons are destroying the land in search of the keys. When they find the keys, they will once again release the magic goddess. Oh, man. Light dragon, the time has come to draw your sword and fight for the future of your people.
You play as the light dragon?
You are the light dragon.
Oh, I like that setup.
And then at the very bottom, in all caps, brought to you by Squaresoft, the makers of the Final Fantasy series.
Wow.
Which is so interesting to me because they didn't make the game.
Yeah.
But because they published it, they're allowed to say that.
You can say it's from. Yeah. It's like the same thing when it's like someone produces
exactly
like the same movie or like a movie and you'd say produced by or
like from
production of there's so many that do that like Brightburn wasn't made. Did you ever watch that?
I don't think I've even heard of that.
It's like the little kid Superman. He's like evil. It's like if Superman as a kid, if he like turned evil and he used his powers for bad. It sounds pretty interesting, but
Brightburn?
It was Brightburn. Yeah, that's the name.
Yeah, okay.
But it was produced by James Gunn, the same guy who did Guardians of the Galaxy. So they were like producer, or like they put on the thing. It was like
from the makers of Guardians of the Galaxy.
It was like from the producer of Guardians, something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they slapped that shit on the cover. Of course.
Yeah, dude, huge.
Of course.
So that is pretty much the recap, my guy. Yeah. What I do want to say is that while I was playing it, very fun.
Really?
At least Breath of Fire 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was actually playing that on. It was on Play. Ooh. I think it was PS1 was PS1? What I was playing it on.
I think it was because
I was playing an emulator though. I'll be completely honest. I was playing it on my modded PSP in high school when I was like really into the PSP.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In fact, you know what? I think I actually bought this game on the PlayStation Store as like one of my first downloadable content games ever.
Wow.
On the PSP before I even modded it.
Wow.
And it was really fun.
No lead required.
No lead required.
Or graphite or whatever.
Yeah, no. None of that. Yeah, do you remember the pencil?
Yeah. I have thought about that ever since we did that episode.
Dude, that's so
such
funny.
A crazy, like, way that you
I will never forget. Yeah.
That's such a, I don't know. almost like meta in the meta. You know what I mean?
No, for sure. How people figure shit out. Yeah, it's like, dude. Yo, what the heck?
That's crazy.
And his X-Acto knife, right? Yeah, like what the hell? No, I remember the game was really fun. I remember like pretty much stopping because I think the 360 was also out at the same time, right? When I was like picking up this game, and I was just more inclined to play a more modern experience like Halo 3, right? But I remember playing it, and it was very much like a turn-based. It was like Final Fantasy, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, and the main character, he was, I think his name is literally Ryu, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm going to look this up.
You should.
Crazy. Capcom has 2 IPs where the main character's name is Ryu.
I'm pretty
Oh my gosh, his name is Ryu.
It's Ryu.
It's the blue hair guy, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So he is like human, but half dragon, and it takes like this element. I think that the the Breath of Fire series, each one is like, you don't need to play another one to understand it. You know what I mean? They're like standalone, right? Yeah. But I think it has a recurring theme of the main character is one of these like dragons where they can transform into a dragon, but they have like a human form.
So is it like?
But he's got amnesia, so he doesn't remember, and you don't know why he's got this crazy power.
Are the games like always reboots then, kinda, or are they kind of like Zelda where it's like a reincarnation? Or...
I'll be honest.
You don't know?
Just in that I only really remember playing 4 plot wise and stuff, and that was definitely the vibe.
Okay. I was just curious.
It was very fresh in that it was like just exclusive. Like I didn't need to play anything else to really understand it. Right. Yeah. And main character's got amnesia, which is like, you know, the tried and true trope of like you don't gotta explain anything.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. I don't know.
How am I supposed to know?
Right. Exactly.
Yep.
Joshie, let's jump now to our newsflash, my guy.
Let's get it. That's a really cool find. I'm not kidding. I have appreciated Retro Recap since we started the podcast for finding JRPGs that I didn't know about, and I just think it's cool.
Yeah, hell yeah, really bro. Cool. So I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, no, and I hope like for you and anyone else out there, like just listening and like bringing up a game that has at least some historic merit to either you or I, right? Like, and I'll send some other game in there that I know you've played, but I don't know anything about.
Right? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
good
great
stuff.
It's good stuff, my guy.
My man.
So, Joshie, for our newsflash, let's start with our patch notes. Okay. Because I have an announcement, which is the finale of Season 2 of the Flash Bros podcast. Will be going down April 26th.
26th?
Yes, sir. So the last, we have made a decision.
Yes.
We talked about a little bit precast, but in designing how the seasons were going to go, we've decided that January to April is going to be a season. Yes. So that'll be for this season, wrapping up Season 2. Right. And then we have the next 4 months, which would be what? May through August. Right? May, June, July, August. Yeah. That will be the next season. So that'll be Season 3. And then Season 4 will be September through December.
Look at that.
And we will reset next year.
I'm so down
You down?
I'm so down.
Yes, sir. And we were talking about it earlier, but that aligns directly with Joshie's plans. He made some plans to go see Azzy over in Seattle.
I think we
talked about in pregame. Yeah.
But I got a little trip that we're doing at the end of the month. Yeah. Going down to Seattle for like a week. So
that'd be way fun. Yeah. So it'll coincide with that, and we'll be cooking up something special to do for the Season 2 finale.
Yeah, we'll have a fun special going on.
We will, baby. But look forward to that, my friends. Should be a good time. Yes. And you know what the start of a new season means, right?
Well, it'd be like a season premiere
with new music.
Oh yeah!
Yes, sir.
You're right.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I was thinking about that when we were
talking about
Brad. Yeah. I was like, dang, we're gonna have a new theme.
Yes, sir.
Have you talked to him
you and I haven't yet, because I haven't had like a timeline for him.
Yeah.
This dude's also a big working man. He's like managing a store now, I think, for a grocery outlet that's over in like the Oregon, I think the Pacific Northwest whole chain area.
Used to work
Market of Choice is actually, I think.
I thought you were gonna say what was the one you worked at?
I worked at Fred Meyer.
Yeah.
That Kroger chain over there.
Kroger.
Yeah, but so I'll be talking with him, and then Josh and I are going to get together too and do a little redesigning of our logo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, make it a little more freshened up.
I just like freshen up stuff.
Yeah.
Even if we do like something of a similar style.
Oh, yeah.
But just like something a little fresh.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. I like the silhouettes that you made. Like, I feel like the silhouettes have to stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
the silhouettes I was thinking about, but I'll say this on air because I don't care. I think one of these days, you guys just let me borrow that iPad.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I could make us a cool banner of, like, drawing, like, us. Like, as, like, in, like, a cartoony style.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
like, I don't know, some kind of, like, explosion, like, happening in the back and maybe, like, stars. So it's, like, we're in space or something.
Oh, sick.
To kind of fit the style we got now. But one of these days.
Absolutely,
I want to mess around with it because I've done some
you were more than welcome.
Character designs for, like, other things on, like, other iPads.
Oh, yeah. No, Josh is very talented, man. I mean, like, on the art side of things, man, I need Joshy.
Stop!
No, it's just true, bro.
Oh, man.
But, mind if we take a piss break real quick?
Yeah, let's take a piss break.
Yeah, cool. Then we'll jump into the news.
Is there?
All right, Joshy. Today's headliner for the Flash News, my friend.
News Flash.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Correcting me on my own content here. I got it, bro. The News Flash.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
This story I was really excited to bring to you, as I alluded in the pregame.
You did.
This is on Palworld, my guy. So the news today, Joshy, is Palworld GO open beta.
What?
Yes, sir.
This is an April Fool's prank.
So this is from Game Rant, and it's quite the story, so buckle in, my friend. So we got the Palworld phenomenon is growing bigger than ever, as Palworld GO is set to debut its early access open beta in 3 select countries.
No way.
No. Can't look it up yet.
Okay.
The mobile game will adapt the popular console and PC title for the mobile format and will eventually be available on both Android and iOS devices. Sources tell Game Rant that the limited early access beta will roll out to Zanarkand, Yarnum, and New Jersey, offering select gamers within those territories the opportunity to test out the mobile experience. While it's unclear how exactly Palworld GO will work, some rumblings from Game Rant sources suggest it will encourage users to visit various landmarks in their own town to earn rewards like XP for their pals, pal spheres, and ammo.
Wow.
These locations will be known in Palworld GO as pal stops, which users must interact with on screen.
Wow.
Another unique aspect of Palworld GO is the ability for players to acquire eggs of specific pals and hatch them by walking around their neighborhoods.
Wow, like in an incubator.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah. But check, there's a twist though.
Oh, is
However,
it? Okay.
Palworld GO is putting its own spin on the gaming as exercise mechanic by making it so that the eggs will only hatch when players are walking backwards. Some landmarks will trade pal stops for incursions, where multiple Palworld GO players can team up and take down some of the more challenging pals in multiplayer battles. Pals featured in these incursions include rare Palworld pals like Necromus and Shadowbreak.
Oh, nice. Shadowbreak is a good one.
Pretty good?
Yeah, he's only available on, you can only find him, he's a boss pal for one of the syndicates, but he's only available on one of the, there's like 3 islands that are like, what the hell is it called? Like a environmental like preservation.
Oh,
and it's like illegal. You'll get a wanted level if you go there.
Oh,
so there's specific pal Shadow Beach.
Have you gotten that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I thought you did all that.
I've broken the law once or twice.
Like the GTA, it's got the stars.
It does. And the more things you do, it ups your wanted level.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
sends the copters after you, bro.
Yeah, sends all the police cars my way.
Since its release into early access in January, Palworld has been a massive success, reaching 15 million units sold in addition to their partnership with Xbox Game Pass. With notable concern of Palworld ripping off the coveted Pokémon series in the vanilla release, the way Palworld GO seems to be taking the game's concept and doing something completely different is sure to set the record straight. This franchise is not set on copying anybody and set on its focus on innovation. Wow. Palworld GO starts its early access beta April 1st for iOS and Android devices, as well as the Nokia Engage.
Wow, the Nokia. Wow.
That's the story, my guy.
Wow, man, that is... First off, that's so exciting.
It's so exciting.
I can't wait to hop on. You know, I would love to be able to, try something.
I thought you would be all in.
That is,
to be honest.
That is hilarious, to be honest with you. That is so fucking funny. Was that Game Rant you said?
That was Game Rant.
Did
you see this any headline or anything?
I wish. That is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, really, really good.
That is so funny. I'm guessing that was on April 1st.
It was definitely on April 1st.
April 1st.
Yep.
That's so fucking funny. How did I not think of that at all? Palworld GO?
Palworld GO.
That's so funny.
The image for it,
I
when you pull it
so
up,
bad.
it is like a straight carbon copy of what Pokemon Go looks like. It is so fucking funny.
Oh my gosh, this is hype.
I just love the way the article's written too.
Open beta. Look at that.
I had to put this in there. It's the main story. So fucking funny.
Holy shit. No, this is
it's quality.
Yeah, this is essential for
Yeah.
This is perfect. You know what's funny? After you said all that, it kind of makes me sad there is no Palworld GO.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
I would do all those things. I would do it's so funny. It's New
you have to walk
Jersey
backwards to hatch those eggs, my guy.
Where's that?
Xanarkand. Well, if you don't know, that's basically where the world is set from where Tidus is from in Final Fantasy X.
That is fucking funny. What about Yharnam?
You ever heard of that? Well, it's the main area. Like it almost looks like like Victorian era, right? Like it's like England.
Wow.
It's where Bloodborne takes place.
I see. Yharnam. And of course, New Jersey.
Of course. They gotta be thrown in there.
You have to. This is hilarious. I'm so glad you brought this to me right now.
It was the perfect. I'm like, you can't look up anything yet.
No, this is hilarious.
I'm so glad you didn't know about it.
I am so glad I didn't either because even that is so fucking funny.
Palworld GO, baby.
Palworld GO. That's how we do it.
That's how we do it, bro.
Hopefully soon. That's all I'll say. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, stole the words right out of my mouth.
Hilarious.
Joshy, that brings us to our main topic today, my friend.
Good,
which, if you didn't get the hint from today's news piece, it is on April Fool's.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
I love it.
Specifically, I don't know if you are particularly aware, Joshy, or for the audience out there, when it comes to gaming's April Fool's pranks, there's a lot more creativity than like pointless pranks, I will say.
Absolutely.
And it's been a consistent theme over the years. At the very least, with an often impressive amount of work going into each one, or even it turning into real gaming products.
Yeah, or something that isn't that how League went, right?
I don't know about League.
The fast mode. There's a fast mode on League.
It's called Earth. You're 100% right.
And it was April Fool's prank, right?
Yes.
And then it was so fun. They like roll it out every once in a while, right?
They do. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that's my most fun I ever had in League of Legends.
It's April Fool's joke.
Ultra Rapid Fire mode.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, Ultra Rapid Fire. Yeah.
Ultra Rapid Fire. Yeah.
Which Earth is the mascot for League. He's like the
he's a little guy.
Yeah, there's a name for him, but he's basically like the walrus. Teemo's a mascot for sure.
How do you spell Earth?
Earth, URF.
URF.
Yeah, League. And he's he's like a manatee?
A manatee?
Manatee. Yeah. No. Is he? It is. No, it's Earth the Manatee.
Yeah,
it's
he's
literally exactly what he is.
Like,
that's his whole title.
Does he look like that?
Holy shit.
What the? There's
no way that's even real.
Well, that's just the third picture that popped up. Oh, it's a wolf wearing Earth's clothing.
Oh yeah, it's
a skin for.
Oh my gosh, I don't even remember his name. Yeah, one of the original champions. He's a wolf, and so he's wearing Earth's clothing.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so funny.
This is great.
No, you're 100% right. So that's an example.
Yes.
A really good example.
Yeah.
Joshy, I wanted to take a minute to prep you on the content I have for you because I feel like honestly, you as my co-host need to watch a couple of these trailers from April Fool's pranks that these companies have put out.
I'm so
down. We're going to dive into it.
Let's dive into it.
Let's do it, bro. All right, so we just watched a couple of those April Fool's pranks.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, let's. I wanted to preface you with those.
Yes, yeah, those are hilarious. What we watched was the it was like the Virtual Boy Now.
Virtual Boy Pro.
So fucking funny. And it's like a whole video done by IGN.
Yes.
Like it looks like a presentation for like an actual new console.
Yes. It looks like
it's hilarious.
Real, right? It's definitely done in the style of Nintendo.
Oh my gosh,
right?
that last one was so funny.
Yeah.
There's everything is coming to Switch. If you haven't seen that, that is so fun. It literally feels like an actual presentation.
100%.
Obviously. That's fucking so funny.
It's so good, bro.
I love it.
That's a good example.
April 1st, April Fool's Day is like one of my favorite. It's become like one of my favorite holidays because everyone participates in it.
Yes.
There's something to look forward to every April 1st. And it's like not even just video game companies.
No, it's
like
right. You're so right, man.
The One Piece live action released a video on their Instagram of like the actor for Usopp like talking about season 2 and just he's like making up a bunch of shit.
No way.
Because like Usopp in the show, he's like the liar.
He's
right?
the liar.
Yeah.
No, it makes
so it's like it's so fucking funny and
it's so awesome.
Oh my god, everyone does it. I did want to mention one. Because I actually have a pretty strong opinion on it.
Okay.
So Minecraft.
Yes.
Mojang. How do you pronounce it, Sam?
Mojang.
Oh, that's cute. I like it. Mojang is cute.
Yeah, it's got Mojang. A bit like a flare. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mojang.
I like the flare. Mojang.
Right.
Unfortunately, the J makes a sound. Unfortunately. Mojang always does April Fool's snapshots. You know what a snapshot is in Minecraft?
Remind me.
It's kind of like a beta version of the new update that's coming out. And so they'll introduce new things, but it's called a snapshot, and you can choose which system you're using because one thing
it's playable.
Yeah, Minecraft is really amazing with keeping every version possible to be played. I'm pretty sure through the Minecraft launcher, you can just select which version. So like 1.18, if you want to go back and play like 1.5, you can play in any form that you want.
That is actually awesome.
Seriously,
I
really
did not know that was a thing.
Very cool. They've had that since I've been playing it. I played it since I was a kid. So, but snapshots are the latest version, and it'll say snapshot 1 point whatever the heck it is, and they're always really cool. But they always do a snapshot of April. It's like an April Fool's snapshot, and this year they did a potato update. It's like
the
what
poisonous potato
poisonous
update.
Potato. Did you see this?
I did,
dude. They added like an entire new potato dimension, new potato building blocks, new potato weapons, something called a potato grappling hook, where you literally grapple with a potato. And the worst, oh my gosh, I have strong opinions on this. First off, it's hilarious. It really is. The snapshots have always been funny. I'm pretty sure last year they did a dimension for everything. So like you can build a like a honey portal will take you to a honey world, a slime portal, like a meat like anything, an emerald world. Like it's just clearly a pretty big prank. But my issue, Sam, and I'm not going to make this one of my famous Joshy rants, which are pretty famous.
They are pretty famous.
I will not get into it on April 1st because it's all about laughs and fun and games. But Mojang has seriously been lacking when it comes to their updates. Their updates barely change the game. Sometimes they're neat additions that flesh out a part that wasn't so fleshed out, like Caves and Cliffs, like the Oceans update, the Nether update, the Village and Pillage update. Great additions to the game, right? But it doesn't fundamentally change the way you play. And it's just
like these updates.
Like the
it sounds
freaking April Fool's updates. So like there's new mobs, there's new weapons. Like we have not seen an update like that like ever, where they like introduce a complete new dimension with new like a grappling hook. That would be so cool to have in vanilla Minecraft.
You. Seriously.
I'm not going to talk about it for any longer, but that is hilarious how frustrating that is, right?
For sure.
And I think it's
a meme.
It's on purpose. It's literally the joke is that it's all this crazy shit, but with potatoes.
Even it's like a joke of we could do this.
We could do anything. but
we
you know
don't.
what? No.
Yeah, we're not. That's not our game.
But there's deep-rooted comedy in that.
Yeah,
and I love it.
I love it.
I do love it.
Satire, if you will.
Satire for sure.
In its finest. So, Joshy, I have a couple lists here I wanted to run through. So I have first list here for you and our audience. On that?
Oh,
it sure was.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right,
it was like a sneak peek, right?
Sneak peek.
I have a lot on here, so we're not missing anything, okay? I have a list here of this year's best pranks. I went through, and there was a couple of Reddit posts for some guys compiling within the gaming industry.
Right.
All these pranks that had gone down. And I kind of hand-selected, so it's not everything.
Right.
But I thought that's a pretty notable, okay?
I'm so excited.
First one, I just showed you, it was that video you referenced, the Virtual Boy Pro.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Which, if you didn't know, there's a long-standing partnership between IGN specifically and Nintendo.
Really?
Where basically the reins are given to IGN to make it however they want. Like in that video of me showing you the everything is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Same partnership. That wasn't Nintendo at all.
Yeah.
That was just an actor within IGN that they made play the part of a figurehead in Nintendo.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. And it's done really well.
No, it's like fantastic. It literally sounds, looks, feels just like the beginning of a Nintendo presentation.
Yeah. So some of these pranks are kind of like partnerships like that.
Yeah, sure.
Or even just like the company just doing some whack shit.
Doing some whack stuff. I love it.
We'll get actually back to IGN and Nintendo because I made a list specifically for them because I think they're some of the best in our industry. Yeah. But I have a list here from all over the board. Yes. We'll start with CD Projekt Red. Did you see what they did?
No, I did not.
Sweet. They put out a post on Twitter that was a limited edition of Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay.
That is released on 3.5-inch floppy disks.
Oh, no.
Yes.
How many floppy disks?
If you really want to know. 97,619.
Wow.
Which has an approximate install time onto your PC of 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, this is exciting. Is there a release date for when they're going to drop it?
Yeah, I think it was later this year.
Later this year?
Yeah.
Nice. Do you think you'll pick it up?
I think I would just shoot for the collection, right? It's kind of 97K.
Yeah, I mean,
that's kind of a collection in and of itself. Yeah, it'd probably replace my bookshelf completely.
I mean, I'm thinking like 1,000 could replace the bookshelf. I'm thinking we'd have to get a crate. Right?
Yeah.
Like a big metal, like a shipping container.
No, you're right.
And just fill it to the brim with but that's such a...
In the backyard.
Yeah, that's such a collector's,
it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, right? Like, in our day and age.
Absolutely.
Next on here, Joshy, is Blizzard.
Oh.
They drop... it's crazy because you brought up the Earth thing. I was going to bring up the Earth thing.
Really?
Because Blizzard did to Overwatch what Riot did to League of Legends, okay?
Okay.
So they came out, they had we have a new patch on Twitter. You click on it, it is ridiculous. It's a massive list of balance changes done to the game to every single character in Overwatch. I think it was specifically Overwatch 2, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
They're not updating Overwatch anymore,
it's
right?
Overwatch 2 now,
So, for every hero in Overwatch 2, such as giving Bastion shotguns or Diva the ability to fly backwards.
There you go.
And you can actually play all of them this week in a week-long event known as, it's an arcade mode called Balanced Overwatch.
Wow. It's officially what it's going to be called?
It's already live.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Every character has a change made to
them? I haven't played in a long time, and I only played base Overwatch, but you played a little bit, right?
Yeah, I did base Overwatch.
Okay, yeah. So there's that guy, Reaper, right?
Yes, Reaper.
He's got 2 shotguns, right, that he fires, and then he reloads and fires.
Yeah.
I briefly scoured the list, and I looked for some heroes that I recognized.
Do you remember playing?
So he popped up, and they made it so instead of firing both, he fires them alternating, and they're way better.
What?
Yeah. As an example.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool update, though.
No, for sure.
This doesn't sound so much like a joke.
Yeah.
Beyond just switching up the game completely, kind of like what Riot
definitely.
did with
League. I think the more of the joke is in it when you read the patch notes. Yeah. It's obviously displayed as a joke.
Right.
Even with Tracer it was you know how her ultimate sends her backwards 4 seconds?
Yeah.
It is RNG whether you go forwards 4 seconds or backwards 4 seconds.
How would that even be possible?
I have no idea. It just predicts where you're going to be going in 4 seconds, right?
That's crazy.
And in the text for the balance update, it's backwards.
Oh, that's so
right?
funny.
Like, it's literally written backwards. So, like, just little memes like that.
Yeah, it's definitely a meme.
No, definitely over the top.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Next on here, Joshy, and these are like just now more list-like. That was more of the details for those first two. Sure. So, a new dating sim by Palworld, actually.
Oh, wow.
So they didn't just have one April Fool's joke.
Wait, Pocket Pair made this joke, or was it...
Yeah, well, I think Pocket Pair partnered with Game Rant for that story, right? But there's actually a whole-ass Japanese and English trailer for Palworld More Than Just Pals.
Oh, wait, I want to watch this one.
Yeah, okay, let's pause it. We should watch it.
Oh my gosh, this sounds so fucking funny.
All right, so we just watched
that. Is so funny.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, we had to watch.
We had to, man. No, it's actually masterfully done.
It's so well made. This is the funniest part about April's Fool's videos. It's
how crazy they go.
They just it literally looked like it was original art with original style that made it look like a visual novel dating sim. That was...
How much... I was just thinking, what if the animators for Doki Doki literally did this for Palworld?
They absolutely could have, because it definitely had, Doki vibes. You know what I mean?
Time.
The whole thing, and even the way the logo looks. Oh, God, that was actually so good.
It was so good, bro. Okay, so
I love it. Let's
move past Palworld. We have Sega.
Wait, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
So, do you know the lore of Lavender? Do you know anything?
No, that's the horse?
No, yeah, the pink-looking one.
Yeah.
She is a joke character in the game. She's number 69 on the...
That's real?
Yes, that is absolutely real. In the PAL deck, that's what number she is.
Right.
And she's a joke on those weirdly, sizzle... Sizzlette? What was the fire lizard that only evolved when it was like a...
Yeah, it's Salandit.
Salandit, yeah.
Salazzle,
yes. So those weirdly sexualized Pokemon, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a joke on that. It's supposed to be just really weird. Why is that there? You know what I mean? Vibe. So she's actually number 69. But
wow, dude. I thought that was a meme in the trailer.
No, that's the joke. Real. That's why it was so funny when
I love that.
Up.
Yeah.
Everyone watch that video. That video is so fucking funny.
So good, man.
Yeah, well
okay,
done.
I think you're going to get a kick out of this. Have you played Sonic 06?
Yeah. I played a decent amount.
Do you remember Sonic Man?
No.
I'm going to pull a picture.
Okay. Is he like an NPC?
He is an NPC
in the hub world.
Yeah, I think he's almost played off as a mascot in the game.
A mascot.
Yeah, a mascot for the Sonic the Hedgehog IP, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, so
and his name's Sonic.
He looks like this guy in the game, right? He's one of those like citizens.
Yeah,
right?
in the hub world.
Yeah. So this is officially announced by Sega on their website, right? It's all in Japanese. Oh. They announced that Sonic Man from Sonic 06 is now the brand ambassador.
Okay, let's go. He's moving up.
He's moving up.
Yeah. What's the city called in Sonic 06?
I don't even remember.
Yeah. Well, he's moving. Yeah, he's moving from hub world to
moving through the city
to the CEO.
Escape the city, baby.
He has to.
Shit.
Yeah.
Capcom announces it's getting into the aviation business with Capcom helicopters.
Okay, I'm with that.
I'm guessing that is a play on...
What is that?
The Resident Evil series.
Oh, okay.
Because I haven't played a lot of the games, but I know a lot of the themes, and I think there's a big theme in those games of helicopters just don't last more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, it gets shot down.
Right. Yeah, they're always there,
That's
and they're
so
just
funny.
Completely useless.
That's so funny.
Right?
Yeah.
Who knows, bro?
I'm with that.
Check this out. Pokemon hilarious. Sleep is officially by this is on their Twitter account.
Yes,
they put out a tweet announcing a World Champions tournament.
Oh man, that sounds kind of hype though. Imagine growing a Snorlax and bringing him to
Could you imagine
fight?
watching the contestants on stage? Though?
That would actually be kind of sick though. That's so cool.
Can they sleep through the noise?
Everyone's cheering and shit. That's such a good idea.
Yeah.
Some of these I'm like, let's make it real.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I'm with that.
Among Us.
Okay.
Announces that everyone will have enormous necks for the next week.
Enormous necks?
Yeah, imagine how it's kind of like in that bodysuit.
Yeah, it's like the little
and it just stretches out like a worm, like Mr. Incredible.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
That's the vibe of Among Us for this whole next week, and that's real, by the way.
That is real. That
enjoy the game.
Really gonna happen.
Yep. Minecraft announces the poisonous potato update.
Yes.
I did not know how big it was though.
It's huge.
I've never been explained to me or seen it myself one of those updates.
You should look at one of the updates because it looks like a mod on Minecraft.
That's
like a mod
crazy.
you find, but it's officially made by Mojang.
So you can go back at any time and play it?
No, snapshots disappear. But once that's why April Fool's ones are the only ones that are spicy because they don't actually get put into the next update. So usually there's no need to look at a snapshot because it's just like a primitive version, like a beta version of the next update.
Yeah.
But you could always go back and play all those previous updates.
Well, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Eldin Ring announces their next expansion. Did you see the video?
I did not know.
I didn't either, and I've heard it's really good. I have one more announcement, though, and then I think we should watch the video.
Should we watch it now?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, let me, this last, big prank that I found was by Dave the Diver, the team behind that game.
Okay.
They announced a VR waifu game. And the changing direction.
Oh, are they now?
That completes the list of, basically a compilation of this year's best pranks.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. No, I thought it was very worth noting.
So funny.
Even just for one laugh, right?
That is so
funny. Let's pause it real quick, though, and watch this final video.
You haven't seen it? Yes.
All right, and we're finally back for the last time. That was really fun.
That was beautiful because I was watching it, and I was like, when's the video start?
Yeah.
But it's literally
the
logo.
Video.
Yeah. It says Eldin Ring Expansion.
Eldin Ring Expansion.
Eldin Ring Expansion. And it just expands.
It just keeps expanding. You have to watch it, guys. You have to see it to believe it. Caleb, you specifically.
Absolutely.
Probably the biggest Elden Ring fan amongst our audience. Yes. Joshy, I have more notable pranks here in the world of video games. So these are, I've credited everyone who put out these, each prank individually pretty much. But this is kind of like a look in history, okay?
Yeah.
We'll start in 2002, Electronic Gaming Monthly. Have you ever heard of this magazine publication?
I don't think so.
Pretty big.
Really?
I remember transitioning almost from Nintendo Power to Electronic Gaming Monthly because they covered everything.
Wow.
So they put in an article in 2002 that Sonic and Tails were unlockable characters in Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Oh no!
By defeating 20 characters in Cruel Melee. Now I don't know if you remember if you've played Cruel Melee.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried?
Yes. Cruel Melee?
It is brutal.
Yeah, they brought it back in Ultimate. Have you played it?
Oh my gosh, I forgot that they did. Yeah, I think I played once and I didn't play anymore.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
It's literally impossible. My high score is 2 people.
2?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So they put in the article that if you defeat 20 characters, you'll unlock Tails and Sonic.
Yeah.
And no correction was put out until months later.
Oh, no.
Nintendo Power specifically, which was directly partnered with Nintendo, they put out a statement saying it was not true.
Dang.
Directly referencing
They had
magazine.
to have Nintendo come out.
Had to. Because players were literally posting on forums and being guys, this is impossible, or I did it and I don't know what's happening. Yeah. People were trying, you know?
So sad.
So funny. I know.
Oh my god.
2005, a few years later.
Yes.
Same publication, Electronic Gaming Monthly. They put out an article that said, or a statement rather, if you pre-ordered Twilight Princess on the GameCube, you would get an updated version of Wind Waker in the graphical style of Twilight Princess.
No freaking way.
Yes.
Oh no. That is
talk
hilarious.
about what IGN has done, but kind of more permanent repercussions.
Yeah,
right?
kind
of more serious.
It's kind of a bigger deal.
For sure, you know? Right? Talk about you watch the video and you're like, damn, I wish this was real.
Yeah.
Could you imagine,
dude? It's worse too because it's publication.
Yes.
So it's you would trust any word you read in a magazine, right? If it's
you're not getting it gaming. Live the day of. Yeah, bro. No. So huge, and you're a kid, right? I mean, I didn't take this in, so I don't have my own like anecdote from this, course, but like I can imagine you'd be pissed off. Absolutely. Yeah, begging your parents and the parents are all confused. I don't know, you know. In 2008, Kia, the car company, okay, announced a new car that is controlled via Wii remote.
Oh my gosh. That's a dangerous one, because what if your batteries die?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You remember the Guitar Hero guitars? Yeah. And they had like that slot? Yeah. I imagine you put it in the steering wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's got the Mario Kart Wii. Like,
yes, absolutely. Yep. Maybe even on the sides.
Yeah.
Maybe have on the top of the bottom, you know?
Exactly. I love this.
In 2008, I think this is the one, we talked about that were familiar. 2008, IGN put out a fake full-ass trailer for a Legend of Zelda movie.
Yes. Yeah.
This, I feel, was very mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everybody knew this trailer, and there was a ton of people that saw it and thought that this was actually a real thing.
I mean, it's a good-looking trailer,
It's a great-looking trailer. Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
It's got Goma in it, right? Yeah.
It's got Goma, and then you see, like, Skull Kid for, like, a second.
Yes.
And it all looks, like, really good.
Really good.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We'll continue down here. So we'll get back to IGN. In 2014, Google partnered with the Pokemon Company.
Oh, wow.
And added Pokemon to Google Maps, which I don't know if you know, but this actually, I was there when it like was real. I was there. I think it was in middle school.
Yeah.
I was like in computers class, and it was like, what the heck is happening?
Yeah.
Right? It was like. This isn't broken. This is actually a thing.
Was it Street View, or was it like just Google Maps?
It was Google Maps. Okay. Like if you went into Google Maps, I don't even know if Street View is a thing yet.
Was it not there?
Yeah. But Pokemon were like on the map, and you could like click on them and like try to capture them.
What?
Bro, it was pre-Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go.
Because that spawned the idea for Pokemon Go.
Oh my gosh, that's the origin of Pokemon Go.
That is the origin of Pokemon Go.
That's crazy.
Isn't that kind of nuts?
Yeah, that's nuts to me.
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
That's some cool pranks.
Yeah, very cool. In 2017, Nintendo themselves made a commercial for Fire Emblem Battle Revolution.
Okay.
You remember Pokemon Battle Revolution?
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
so this is coming to Nintendo Switch and 3DS in Japan on April 20th.
Yeah.
Later that year.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, obviously not a real product that came out with.
Cool though.
It would be really cool. Yeah, honestly, especially with permadeath. That's a huge part of Fire Emblem. So I think that was like in the commercial.
That'd be perfect.
Joshy, some minor hoaxes here. So there was rumors that Nintendo banned the character Dr. Mario from appearing in any future games on the account of parents' complaints about his association to a drug dealer.
Oh, that's funny.
IGN reported Nintendo was making a stylus that looked like the NES Zapper. And there was a picture of it, right?
Wait, I think I've seen this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So that was an April Fool's prank.
Oh my gosh.
And it was going to come with a re-release of Duck Hunt and Hogan's Alley in the third wave of NES Classic Series.
So great.
Yeah, so good.
Love it.
In 2012, 1UP, another, I think they're a gaming publication, right? Just like IGN.
Yeah.
They created a trailer for Nintendo Dubstep Experience 3D.
Okay. That sounds sick.
It does sound sick.
That sounds cool.
And 2014, someone created a fake page for Nestor as a playable fighter in Smash 4.
Nestor?
I don't know. I thought maybe you would know who Nestor is because you were pretty involved with Smash 4 at the time, too.
I'm thinking it's the chocolate bunny from...
Dude, that's definitely who it is.
He had like video games back in the 90s because every single like mascot had a video game at some point.
You're right.
And so that's probably the joke.
That's probably exactly what it is.
Yeah. Wait, I'm going to look that up just to fact check. That's my theory. How do you spell Nestor?
Nester.
Let's see.
That's got to be him.
Look it up. I think it is. Yeah, Nestor. Oh, no.
Who is it?
No, I'm completely wrong. Nestor was the mascot for Nintendo Power. The little kid with the
yes.
Yeah, with the hairdo. That honestly would be a tough ass character.
Well,
edition.
Apparently someone created a completely like a full page for the fighter, which Nintendo was doing for each of their announced fighters. Yeah, and so someone made a completely believable page on Nestor.
Wow, so there you go. That is so funny. I mean, with characters like Rob, that's completely possible, though, right?
Right.
Because Rob is not a video game character. He's a piece of like Nintendo like history.
Wasn't he in a game though?
I mean, he was in like Mario Kart DS. but he was never a character. He was the piece of hardware.
Yeah, I remember the piece of hardware. Right. I thought that he was eligible because he appeared as a character in a piece of software. That wasn't Mario Kart DS. I thought he came out in something.
I'm gonna look this up right now. Yeah. Because I'm very much interested. But anyway, Nestor would be a go-to for me.
Go-to.
Absolutely would.
For sure. No, I feel like it'd fit the vibe of like Villager. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Or Steve.
Or he could like
so it makes sense.
Yeah, it does. Like he's got a Nintendo Power he works with.
Ooh.
Or all of his attacks look like articles.
Reader mail.
Yeah, literally.
Joshy, let's while you're looking that up.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I have the final list here. No, it's all good. It's perfect actually. You fact check that, and I've got a list here of IGN's Hall of Fame. So IGN also has an article on their website of every previous April Fool's like prank they've done, basically, which a lot of them have been a direct partnership, like with Nintendo, for example.
Yes.
So I have a list here of all like the ones that I handpicked because I didn't choose everything from this list here.
Right.
They've been doing it for a long time. I'll say that much. We'll start with last year, 2023. Their prank was Mario Games gets Hollywood voice actor.
Ooh.
So I don't know if you saw the... No. I remember seeing the video. I don't even know if I clicked on it, but I remember reading about it, and it shows Chris Pratt, like, right on the front.
Yeah.
It was right when the Super Mario Bros. Movie had come out, right?
Yeah.
So I think they basically had a little article that stated all your favorite voices from the movie are coming to legacy games through Nintendo Switch Online with the all-new in-game dialogue recorded by Chris Pratt, Jack Black, Anya Taylor-Joy, Charlie Day, Seth Rogen, and Keegan-Michael Key.
Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. I also think that would be hilarious and kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because Jack Black as Bowser is perfect.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, if you had more lines of Jack Black being Bowser, I don't think that would be bad at all. Anyway.
No, I'd be so on board.
Once again, another April Fool's prank that is a missed opportunity.
Absolutely. Did you find, by the way?
Yeah. So, just a little bit of history. He's in almost every like classic Nintendo game. He's in Kirby's Dream Land 3. He's in the original Earthbound, I think it was.
Oh yeah, the original Earthbound.
Mother, I think. He's like a no. It's like some RPG, but he's like a little character, and he's a reference in almost every Nintendo game. Like he's
F-Zero.
Yeah, F-Zero right there. He's in a bunch of WarioWare stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
With that one right there. So he is absolutely eligible. If anything, he's more eligible than most fighters because he's in so many games.
For sure. But his original source was hardware.
Technically, it was hardware. Yeah.
For sure.
So I don't know.
I don't know. But in defense of Goku, right? Or it was like dude. He can't be in it because his original source is anime.
But come on.
Come
on. Where's his original source?
I guess it's their own IP, so they can cheat however they want.
They can just do whatever they want.
Yeah, well, that's what Sakurai does anyway.
Exactly.
Exactly. All right. Let's run through this list. In 2020,
yes,
they put out a video that was the Xbox Series XXL.
I've not heard of this.
And another video that was the Mandalorian Teen Yoda.
Teen Yoda.
Yeah.
I like that. That's cool.
In 2019, they had the Nintendo Direct video that I showed you, which we already referenced. It's called Everything is Coming to Switch.
Yes, I love that one. That's
very in-depth video. That was 2019.
Yeah, that was a
Definitely check that out, guys. That's probably the best prank on all that we've seen.
That's so funny.
I just love how official it looks.
It's so official, and then it just like divulges at the end, and that's just so funny. The Fallout 76.
Yeah, all the snapping.
Yeah, the snaps. It's so good.
In 2017, AMC... The
theater company.
I don't think it's a theater company. I think
AMC?
Maybe it is. Wait, is there an AMC like what's the word? Like publisher in Hollywood?
Possibly?
Okay.
I'll look up.
It might be the honestly the theater, to be honest with you. Well, AMC Grand Theft Auto.
Wow.
From the creators of Breaking Bad. Oh, there you go. From the creators of Breaking Bad, right?
Oh, AMC, yeah, it's a TV channel.
That's okay.
That's what,
yeah,
that's
AMC,
what,
the TV channel.
Yeah, that's what Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
They're AMC
okay,
like
got
shows,
it. Yeah.
Right?
Okay,
yeah.
I knew I'd seen the logo somewhere before,
I think that's also what Shameless is too, right? On AMC?
It is.
Yeah.
No, 100% is. Yeah. Well, I'm laughing now because of Retro Recap we talked about from the creators of Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Rockstar's best-selling video game series comes to television, starring GTA's Stephen Ogg as Trevor.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool.
In 2016, they had a trailer for Star Wars Wrath of Maul, which is The Lord of the Sith returns in a Netflix original set between episodes 3 and 4.
Wow.
Right. Again, unrealized. Come on now.
Come on. Even the GTA one sounds great.
Oh, yeah. No, these all sound good. This next one is called Fast to the Future. What happens when Vin Diesel meets Marty McFly? Havoc in the streets of Shibuya.
They go to Japan?
Yeah.
Dude, another missed opportunity.
100%, bro.
Great idea.
In 2013, the iPlay. What would happen if Apple decided to enter the console race? Probably not this.
I like that. iPlay's a cool name too.
Yeah, iPlay, absolutely. It looks like a straight up very streamlined SSD console. Way ahead of its time, to be honest with you.
Cool.
In 2009, they put out the Ultra Violent Smash Bros.
Oh no!
Which was shot at behind closed doors session at probably an E3 or something.
Right.
We captured the first footage of the Ultra Violent Super Smash Bros. That, alas, was never meant to be. Which the code name was Smash Bros. Brawl Cross Violence.
I like this.
In 2008 was the infamous Legend of Zelda movie. And in 2005, the last on this list, Metal Gear Coitus.
No way! Wow.
Which Coitus is spelled C-O-I-T Omega.
Oh my god.
Because, Metal Gear does their symbology,
right?
S. Snake has already escaped acid and ghosts, but where in the shadows can he hide from the lure of love?
Oh, that's good.
And Joshie, I wanted to throw one real world example on here that was outside of the realm of video games.
Absolutely.
Right? Something that just stuck out as something really funny. And I was kind of looking at the history of April Fools.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
So this was back in 1957. Okay. The publication, just like AMC, BBC was the
British Broadcasting.
Exactly. British Broadcasting
Channel.
I think that's exactly what it's called.
It's because I used to watch Doctor Who on it.
Oh, well, there you go.
BBC.
BBC. So they broadcasted a spoof documentary to their British audience detailing, I don't know how to pronounce it, Ticino, a Swiss region near the Italian border. Had an exceptionally heavy spaghetti crop that year.
Oh, I've heard of this.
You've heard of this. Okay.
The spaghetti trees, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So the camera cuts to footage of people picking spaghetti right? Already like dry spaghetti.
No, it's like dripping spaghetti.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's like all dripping from these trees.
Right.
Off of trees and bushes, then sitting down at a table to eat some of their real homegrown spaghetti. At the time, spaghetti wasn't necessarily a dish that British people would have known about because of it, just back in the day, right? So thousands of viewers were split on this broadcast.
That is funny.
Either vocally upset that this fictional prank was being aired on a serious news program, or they were convinced this was real, and they were asking others how they could grow their own spaghetti at home.
They can make their own spaghetti. I mean, let's think about it. There are pretty weird plants out there, right?
Yeah.
And let's say you get your knowledge from BBC, right? If cotton comes from a plant, spaghetti could.
That's
you
what
know what
saying.
I mean? I'm not trying to be in defense, but I could, I
wouldn't put it past anything.
Absolutely.
To be honest, yeah.
In fact, I would say missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
You could.
I'm surprised we don't have them by now. With everything we have invented, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, come on.
You're telling me without our, if we can make a tomato the size of your hand when they're not supposed to be.
That's what I'm saying.
We could make a spaghetti plant.
GMO.
Come
on now.
Ever heard of
GM it? Spaghetti tree.
GM spaghetti mean.
I'm surprised they're not even in Animal Crossing for crying out
Honestly,
loud.
It should be. Yeah.
Josh, you have anything else you want to add to our main topic this week, my man? That's pretty much all I had lined up.
That One Piece one was really funny.
The One Piece.
Yeah,
dude.
They did a whole video on their Instagram just teasing season 2.
Yeah.
But it was just done in a very funny way.
Yeah, I want to watch the video.
Yeah, it's funny.
In fact, after the cast, once it wraps, we can watch some of these other videos too. Because I pulled up everything.
100%.
Yeah. Perfect, bro.
Yep.
Well, let's jump then, Joshy, to our party chat this week, my brother.
Let's chat it up.
Last week's Q&A was, what's your thoughts on the Dune series? We actually didn't get any hits back from that.
No way.
We got one more in episode 31, which asked, which Spider-Man is your absolute favorite?
Oh.
Caleb responded with the second Tobey movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic answer.
Absolutely, man. Yeah.
Fantastic.
And I feel like that, for me... just in my memory, from everything we talked about, that was like peak Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
It is, to be honest. I mean, to this day, right? I mean, because, Spider-Man 3, love it to pieces, but sometimes it feels like an April Fool's joke.
For sure.
No, yeah. So, yeah, I agree completely, Caleb.
Yeah.
No question.
I'm with you, bro. I still think my favorite Spider-Man, Spider-Man, right? Definitely Andrew Garfield, right?
Gotta be.
And specifically that first movie.
Lasagna.
And the Spider-Man story. Yeah, lasagna.
Yeah, and that's how you remember.
But, Spider-Man, best Spider-Man movie, I would probably say is arguably Spider-Man 2 of the original trilogy.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say that it's peak Spider-Man.
It's peak Spider-Man.
It's peak Tobey. It's peak Spider-Man.
I could go back right now, and if I was going to watch a classic Spider-Man, pull up Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, no question.
Without even being in the mindset coming off of one. So.
Right.
I have a few more questions, though, here, and some write-ins this week, Joshy. First is from Johnny. He said, Helldivers 2, seriously one of the best non-AAA games I've played in a long time. I think you both will love the game, plus it's PS5 and PC exclusive.
Hey!
Yeah. You know what? Our buddy and roommate, Jarrell, has actually been playing quite a bit of Helldivers 2.
Yeah. He's gotten pretty far, I think. I don't know. It's a rough looking
I don't
game.
even know what far looks like. Isn't it kind of like a roguelite?
It's like a... I thought you, improved your character.
There's probably some perma, upgrades, right?
Yeah,
but,
I believe so.
That is way more appealing to me than a traditional roguelite of no progress.
That's rough.
Yeah.
That's actually my worst enemy, probably.
Yeah.
Because I don't like wasting time.
No, the feeling... that you get of lost save data and wasting time. No, it's terrible. It's actually terrible. So
hate it.
No, I do, Johnny. I do have an interest in this. I just feel like it's a 3-man game, right? So I guess if we were doing it with a Drell, I'd be like,
that could be a lot of fun.
I'd be really inclined for that.
Well, I'm definitely gonna try it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get it one day. It's only $40.
Yeah,
30 or 40
true.
Bucks.
Yeah,
that is appealing. I'll tell you what.
Definitely.
If it was like a $60 or $70 game right now,
I know. I would definitely be waiting.
I would have been waiting until it's free.
Until it's free, baby. Next, we have on this list is from Mikey, Josh. He was writing this in after the Spider-Man episode.
Oh yeah.
So keep that in mind. He said, "I want to say how much you guys changed my mind on the Amazing Spider-Man." Not the second one.
Wow.
I watched it again after the last pod, and man, he was the best Spider-Man. The way he moved and acted was the most spider-like out of all of them. And the way he set up the web in the sewers to feel the vibrations for Dr. Connors was amazing. I forgot about that scene.
He literally builds a web and waits on it like a spider does. And once he feels the vibrations, doom.
Yes.
He has some webbed up to for his camera to take pictures.
Bro.
That's so Peter Parker. Yes. That's so Spider-Man.
It's beyond just relying on that
the spider sense?
The spider sense. Yeah. No, you're 100% right.
Completely agree.
He also said, I didn't know about Insomniac using Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man as the web swing in Spider-Man 2.
Wait, what?
So he said, I didn't know that Insomniac used Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man as the web swing in Spider-Man 2 for the animation.
Oh, for the animation.
Yeah.
It's the same style. They do it in the exact same style.
I didn't know that either.
It's pretty cool, right?
No, honestly insane. It was so eye-opening to me when you were talking about how in all of the
You're good.
What's it called? MCU.
Yeah.
Tom Holland, right?
Tom Holland.
In his series, how there really is none of that.
There's no web swinging.
No. Yeah.
At all.
It's so eye-opening. I forgot.
That's why my... just to get on Spider-Man for a second. I didn't know if you guys knew I'm a big fan. I was not a big fan of Tom Holland's, but his ending makes up for everything that I did not like about Tom Holland. I never could have expected No Way Home to do that. Sacrifice. the losing of a loved one, hearing the words, with great power comes great responsibility, repercussions for the things that he does in his life as Peter. He just gets away with it a lot. He has a lot of friends at school. Like, everything goes really well. Yes. And no web swinging in the city of New York. What's up with that?
It's huge, bro. It
but
makes
check
no
this out.
sense. Yeah.
The ending fixed all of those that I said. He gets repercussions. At the very end, he swings through the city in a traditional Spider-Man suit during the, like, snowy in New York. We've never seen that as Spider-Man.
You're right.
We've seen Spider-Man swinging in the rain. We've seen him swinging at night, swinging in the morning, swinging at sunset. And all I want from a Spider-Man movie is, let's see some super Spider-Man stuff, but in something new. We've never seen him swing in the snow. It looked awesome. Yeah, he was jumping out cities and snow was going everywhere. That's fucking sick.
Yeah, that's sick.
Repercussions. Aunt May. Like, all these things. Peter Parker then becomes... Like he's suffering because of his life as Spider-Man. And he learns the words, with great power comes great responsibility.
Who says it in that movie?
Aunt May. Right before she...
Yeah. Right.
Oh, no.
Somber.
No.
He also said, I love Spider-Man, so that episode was nerd heaven for me. Mikey, you're welcome, bro.
We love you.
We love you so much. Yeah,
but seriously. We love Spider-Man for being around, because guess what?
Inspiring all of us.
He's inspirational. He's nostalgic, and most of all, he's a hero.
And he's inside of all of us.
He's inside all of us. We all have a little Peter Parker in us.
Caleb has one final write-in here for us. Joshy, he says, my question for you both is, what do you want the next Zelda game to be like?
Ooh.
For example, its aesthetic, gameplay style. Do you want to go back to the old formula, like old school dungeons and item finds? Yeah. Or maybe a hybrid of Tears of the Kingdom and Ocarina of Time? I'd personally love a highly graphical Zelda in the vein of FF7 Remake. Yeah, that is such an idea.
That would be beautiful.
Not, like, I would say it's impossible, but it's definitely not. Nintendo is not afraid to do anything.
They have done almost every style when it comes to Zelda, so it's hard. You've done chibi cell shading, you know what I mean? You've done the style that freaking Link's Awakening was trying, like this toy aesthetic style, 3D, traditional 3D, a cartoonish 3D, cell shaded 3D, and a mixture of watercolor and cell shading, like Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, that's and Twilight Princess, like a cartoonish hyper realistic, a dark realistic, right? But never that style with Final Fantasy where it's like actual
like
hyper
full on, or even like anime-esque, right?
Yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
I think where my head's going, Joshy, honestly, is like...
This is, by the way, a fantastic question.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for asking
Absolutely, a perfect question.
Seriously.
Thank you so much, Caleb.
Asked, right?
Yeah.
Caleb, you're the man, dude. Seriously.
The GOAT, bro.
The GOAT.
The GOAT, my guy. Where my headspace is kind of going, Joshy, off this is definitely, I think in my gut...
Yes.
Answering it simply, I do want a brand new Zelda experience. It could even be on the Switch, but I mean, Switch 2, I think it's set up for it, right? Yeah, ideally, with better everything, making it more of the traditional formula. Yes. So, returning to dungeons, return to one overarching story that, you know, as amazing as open world is, there is something about design, right? And build like Ocarina of Time, building a very intentional design around where the game wants you to go.
Absolutely.
That doesn't have to be a bad thing.
Absolutely
right?
not.
And in like cases like Ocarina of Time, it really, really fucking works. You know, like
Completely agree.
Being able to run through it in my head exactly the order that Ocarina, like that all the events take place. Right.
I agree.
There's something very special about that. Right. I
agree.
And I just appreciate like. We've had a discussion before about like, you know, when it's almost like too much room for the gamer and you build your own story, do whatever you want, you miss out on the design aspect and writing.
And
right?
even for vistas or set designs or whatever, you know, there's something a little bit lost in Breath of the Wild that, say, something like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker doesn't lose, because the way you experience the terrain is, and Ocarina, a perfect example as well.
Yes.
Every Zelda, to be honest, every 3D Zelda, the way they set it up, it's linear, but the design of everything is so grand, it's memorable, and it burns into your brain in a way that Breath of the Wild has a fantastic moments, and I've actually played Breath of the Wild twice all the way through, and my first time around exploring anywhere. But those vistas, they don't really burn into your brain the way that you know what I'm saying? The way a linear Zelda would go. I will say though, for Breath of the Wild, if you, in my first route, I went anywhere, wherever I wanted to go. Second route, I only took paths and like went off when I really wanted to.
Yeah.
But I made sure to take those paths that I completely ignored the first time around, and the vistas are just as well designed as any other Zelda game. It kind of blows my mind because there's like this linear path you can take that
it
really
like
does.
the physically etched into the map.
Yes,
right? Yeah.
Yes, it's physically into the map, and there's streets. Your horse will like follow it. You'll find NPCs that walk around there. And they're beautiful. They have like rock formations that are like formations. Yeah. Formations that are formated to basically make it so that you like it's an experience when you see it. You know, the big ones in my mind was the Goron path. You go through caves, you go like next to lava, you like go in this huge like it feels like a traditional Zelda game.
Yeah. That probably sticks out in my mind the most in Breath of the Wild because of how linear they make that path.
Yeah, it's a very linear path for sure. And that one stuck in my brain, but just all of shit. A car? What's the it's always fall in Zelda? No. Fuck.
I don't remember.
What? The Aquiline? No, it's like the Aquiline with the Aquiline forest. And there's like the Aquiline. It's Akala. Yeah, it's the region of Akala.
Yes.
Yeah, that on paths is one of the most beautiful things you'll ever see on the Switch. I promise you, because they place everything in a way where you will find it and see it by following the path.
No,
so
you're right.
There's ways to.
Where I kind of like envision like what is like the evolution of Zelda look like. Yeah. Like for me, ideally, with things from Breath of the Wild, we don't have to completely like take the formula that they've come up with, which is masterful in its own way.
Absolutely.
Even if it's not, in my mind, like very Zelda or traditional Zelda, right?
For sure.
Like
there's no roll.
There's no roll.
You don't roll in that game.
No.
But you don't feel like you're controlling Link. Like when you play a traditional Zelda, you have your lock on, right? You have your weapons.
Yes.
You have your roll, and you can't jump.
Yeah.
That's just how it feels to be Link, right?
Yeah.
And that's just completely changed.
Yeah. If you can jump, it ain't Zelda.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
I mean, you can jump over a cavern, I guess. Yeah. If you like. Go right up
but that's like the forced jump, right? Like you walk towards danger, and you're hoping the game is gonna pick up your back, and it does.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Yeah. So I feel like if they,
it's a tough question.
Yeah, my hope, honestly, is like bring back everything that's traditional about Zelda.
Yeah.
Put in open world or kind of open explorative sections,
open zones.
Yeah. Followed by linear zones. Okay?
Yeah.
So maybe, for example, 3 spiritual stones. Maybe you can do those 3 in any order.
Yes.
But once you finish those 3, now you're on a path to do this one thing first.
Yes.
Then it opens up in another way to like these 3 or these 4. That's something that Zelda has been done, right? Like that happened in Link to the Past. And Ocarina of Time. A couple of the dungeons you can do in it out of order.
Yes.
Right?
Ocarina I was thinking of because I'm pretty sure those spiritual stones, can't you go in any order?
You can't. You have to do the Kokiri
because you have
first.
Kokiri and then
the only way that you could do the Jabu Jabu's second would be if you went in and got the item within Dodongo's cavern and then left and then just went on that
But you can see how you'd be able to change
exactly.
that.
Yeah. You could streamline it, right?
I think you're completely right. I think that would be my dream Zelda because you don't have to be away with an open world. But imagine if you streamlined maybe even a map like a little bit smaller than Breath of the Wild. If you streamlined that so there were places you had to go, I think the adventure would feel just as alive and real, even if you didn't have the choices or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. And you know what? Wind Waker does it too, right?
Yeah,
like choosing where you go.
Fantastic.
Like, so they could do it, and I feel like I want to go even a step beyond. Yeah. What the Zelda formula hasn't done before.
Yes.
Which is RPG elements within those weapons and items.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
They've had, in Twilight Princess, you could upgrade some of the gear one time.
Right.
So I'm thinking those lines, but more, right? Maybe have like a tier system to the items, or a level to the items, and once you reach a certain level, it upgrades. Levels to the Master Sword, right? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
God of War-esque.
Yeah,
that,
God of War.
You know what
I'm
I mean?
so with that.
Yeah.
I'd say that could absolutely work, and if anything, I kind of want it, to be honest, because a linear Zelda experience, I feel like there's a negative connotation a little bit with linear. It's like, it's not that it's a hallway. It's just a story you progress.
Yeah. If anything, it's just... it's the game itself is nudging you down the hallway.
Right, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, it's like saying, this anime's too linear. I have to watch episode 1 and then I have to watch episode 2.
Makes no sense.
I can't watch episode 2 out of order.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because it's streamlined and just because it's linear doesn't make it any less immersive or incredible of an experience. So,
yes.
Yeah, I'd say that'd be my dream Zelda style.
Okay.
My dream Zelda though, Legend of Zelda: Hero of Time.
Hero of Time.
Yeah, and make you do a HD remake of Ocarina of Time as the build up for the game, and then it's a true sequel to Majora's Mask and Ocarina. And it's the story of the Hero of Time, and maybe there's like time sections where it's like right after he like joins the Royal Knights and he's like doing this stuff. Maybe there's a rise of a different villain.
Yeah,
that comes upon.
Even like a mortal villain.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that doesn't have to be like existential.
Doesn't have to be even Ganondorf. To be honest with you, because there's so much awesome lore for all these characters you can do. Right. In fact, what I really liked was in Age of Calamity, which I know is not like a single party like Zelda game.
Yeah.
But it has that style of Breath of the Wild. They had a whole new villain who was an acolyte, essentially, of Ganon, and wanted to resurrect Ganon in order to like make the Calamity go. And it's a completely original character, and it just worked.
Fucking sick.
It just worked really well because there's so much to the universe, and he was like a mage that like uses the powers in the Zelda system. I thought it was fucking sick. So it
fit too.
It did fit, and I almost was like before I really kind of fell into the game. Which I have my own, opinions on that.
For sure.
The things they added, like that being a villain that is not Ganon, even, he doesn't even have to worship Ganon, he could worship Demise. Like, there's so much incredible lore you could do.
Yes. Yes.
So, fuck
also,
it.
shout outs to Mike on Acolyte.
Yeah. Thank you, Dad. I would have not known that was what they are. It's like an evil follower.
Right. No, and it exactly what you said, to be honest with you. So, Joshy, let's wrap this up, shall we?
Let's wrap it.
Yes, sir.
Let's wrap it up.
Let's head into our final fun-ass segment here.
Final fun-ass segment, brother.
We got our class trial, my guy.
Oh,
our
my
trivia
gosh.
for today's episode, which I gave you no direction.
Yes.
So... it's open game, and it is your week for trivia.
Dang,
this
I
week,
wish
brother.
I knew it was April Fool's because I would have done all of them like trick questions.
Damn!
And then there would be like, I'd do trick question, and then I'd do a non-trick question. And so you'd be like, trick question? I'm like, no! That would have been funny, but...
no!
We'll do that next year.
Okay.
I have put together some very fun trivia.
Fun-ass trivia?
Yes, when you told me about it last night, I was thinking, what am I most excited to talk with you about on a daily?
Okay.
And on some cases, most cases, it's usually Xenoblade 3. However, I didn't feel like I was far enough where I wanted to give you trivia on the first 2 chapters.
For sure.
And I don't want to spoil myself in that sense.
That's where my headspace is going.
Exactly.
Sometimes you get in trouble with these trivia,
What's the second best that we've been talking about a lot?
Was it Palworld?
7 Deadly Sins.
7 Deadly Sins, baby.
So these are a collection of questions that I came up with that I tried to keep on like end of season 1 to kind of season 2, but there are a couple that have some season 3 and season 4 elements
I remember.
that I think I could test you on.
Yes.
Some of these are going to be tough, though, so I just want to preface that.
I'm with it. Well, you know I notoriously love tough trivia.
Do you want to do them live, or do you want to write them down?
Oh, I actually have it pulled up on my iPad, so I'm just going to manually
Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready, brother.
All right, first question. What is the name of Deanne's Sacred Treasure Warhammer? And remember, they win it back.
Yes, from the tournament.
The festival.
Tournament of Power.
Yeah. Tournament of Power, yeah. When Jiren shows up, dude, that was
Jiren
crazy.
shows up, bro. Literally nuts, bro.
They needed the Sacred Treasure to beat Jiren.
Is it one word or two?
It's one word. They all have really cool names, remember?
Yeah.
And it's not Lost Vein.
Can I ask for one hint, which is what it starts with?
With a G. It's also a prominent character in Gravity Falls.
Yeah, no help.
I thought I would give you a little more.
Let me see.
Are you looking it up?
No.
I have a feeling you are.
Oh, I think I know it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, I think.
After you Google searched it?
Yeah. No, I used Bing.com.
All right.
Ready.
You got it locked in?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. Who did the helmet the king carries after the kingdom infiltration arc belong to? No way.
No, dude, I
thought this was a given.
No, it is a given.
No way.
Got it.
Okay. Let's go.
You know what kept coming to my head?
Who?
This is what always happens.
Yeah.
This is be like, oh, I know it. It starts with,
right.
But then another name will just be imprinted
and it
in
just
my
fucks
mind.
Up your mind.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what that name was? By the way, Heimdall. I couldn't get rid of it.
That's
I'm like, it's not Heimdall.
From Thor.
Get out of my head. Yeah,
That's
literally.
Good. Alrighty. Question number 3.
Ready.
What is the name of Merlin's father? So this is when I'm kind of.
All I know is she's the daughter of Belialoween.
I don't know if that'll help.
Got it.
You got it? Locked in?
Yeah.
Question number 4. What is the name of Dreyfus's son?
He's the most badass voice in the entire
show. Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Even in the shit. It was like episode 2 of season 2.
Yeah.
When they start like the tournament, the perfect cube.
Yeah.
Right. And like some shit's going down, and Greenmore just like comes out of nowhere and is like, Bond, what are you doing? You know, like just his random one-liners, and they're so prominent.
His voice actor is the same as Dio in English, and Frankie from One Piece, and someone else.
I've heard it before.
He's Prominence Burn. What's that guy's name? Endeavor from
Endeavor.
From
that is it.
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard that voice.
He's got
so
that
much.
voice like that. Yeah. And you don't know. Shoujo! All right, you ready?
Yeah, ready.
Alrighty, let's go. Question number 5. What is Hauser's weapon of choice?
Got it.
Okay, locked in. Question number 6. Who gave Bond his prominent scar?
Got it.
All right, this one might be a little tough, but I think we've talked about this before.
We'll see, buddy.
Who plays Meliodas in the English dub? No way, he's got it.
Done. Let's go.
Let's go.
On a roll, baby.
All right. Some of these are pretty simple, but you know how it goes. Alrighty. Question number, what was that, 8?
That was 8.
Yeah. What is Meliodas' inherent power?
Like his magical ability?
Mm-hmm.
Got it.
Yep. Alright, this one's fun. What do Meliodas and Bond do when they reunite in episode 4 of season 1? So that was 9, right?
That was 9.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So 10, and there's only 10. This is the last one. What title does Hawk refer to himself as? Oh, these are fun. Let me know when you're locked in.
Locked in,
then
baby.
We can go over the answers.
Got it. Let's do it. Okay.
All right. You ready now?
Ready now.
Alrighty. Back to question number 1. I asked, what is the name of Diane's sacred treasure Warhammer? And you said?
Guillotine.
Oh, it's so close.
What is it?
It's Gideon.
Yeah.
Remember how she yells it?
Fuck.
That's Gideon.
Yeah. You got it. You got it. Okay.
You ready for number 2?
Yes, sir.
So I asked, who did the helmet that King carries after the Kingdom infiltration arc belong to?
I put Helbram.
That is completely correct, my friend.
Heimdall.
No, it's not Heimdall. It is Helbram. Alrighty, ready?
Yep.
So I asked, what is the name of Merlin's father? Which is kind of a tough
Belly Halloween.
Hey, you said it
For
really.
some reason in my head, I was thinking Belly Halloween was the mother. And then I remember later,
she talks about it,
and I'm like, oh, that's her father.
Yeah. I know that one was funny because we constantly talk about how she's called the daughter of Belly Halloween. And that's such a...
And then she says her name.
Yeah. I was thinking about that today. Oh my god, so good.
Number 4.
Let's see. Yes. What is the name of... I asked what is the name of Dreyfus' son, and you said...
Griamore.
Griamore is the name.
Which is such a dope name, by the way.
All these names are cool, man. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Every single one. Gil Thunder, who's friends with Griamore, who's the daughter of... the son of Dreyfus.
Also, there's Gil Thunder's father.
Right.
What was it?
Omegatron.
Yeah, Omegatron.
No, it's...
but it's like some crazy long name.
No, it's like... It sounds like a Transformer.
Yeah. Fuck.
Dude, wait,
I just had it, and now it's gone.
Yeah, you did. I'm gonna look it up just because it's bothering me.
I was gonna say Estarossa, but it's not. Although that is also a character in the show.
I'm gonna look it up. Yeah,
Zaratros.
Zaratros, right when it pulled up. You had it. Zaratros. He's got a sick design too. Do you remember his design?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he
dude.
Looks sick. All right, you ready?
Ready.
So I asked, what is Hauser's weapon of choice?
So I put Wind Lance.
That's perfect.
Was it Lance?
I just put Lance.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
But Wind Lance works perfect because you also have his magical ability on there.
Got it. Unlocked.
Can I give you extra points for that?
I'll take it.
Fuck yeah.
I'll take an extra.
I'll give you an extra one. Alrighty. I asked, who gave Bon his prominent scar, and you said?
The Red Demon.
The Red Demon.
The Red Demon.
Incorrect.
It wasn't?
No.
Who was it?
The only person who was ever able to leave a scar on him was Meliodas.
Oh.
Helbram.
Wait. When?
In that flashback, we see he tries to take Meliodas' sword when he's drunk. And he's like, back off, Mon. Like, he literally gets serious because normally they're like fucking around.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you're getting serious. I need to see this sword. And then he slashes him up on the neck. And he uses like dark demon energy and it leaves a...
You're right.
Yeah, it leaves
You're absolutely right.
It's a flashback.
Yeah,
Like, he explains to, what's her face?
Elizabeth?
No, the one who's in love with him. What's her name? The great... Jericho. Yeah, he explains to her when he first sees her because she tries to cut him up and he's like completely fine. He's like, the only person to ever leave a scar on me was Meliodas
himself.
That was good. That was a good guess.
Yeah.
That was a good guess.
I'll put him at losses.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
That's okay. I asked who plays Meliodas in the English dub of
It's definitely Bryce Patten.
That's right, buddy.
Yes, sir.
I'm pretty sure we had talked about it, so...
Yeah, we did. Well, I also brought it up specifically with Kendall, too, that I'm like, do you recognize Meliodas' voice? She's like, kind of. I'm like, it's Eren Yeager.
Fucking Eren Yeager, dude.
But it kind of really fits Meliodas
he also
as a whole character.
I don't care what anyone says. I think he's a fantastic voice actor.
He is fantastic.
Not just as his role as Eren, but my first time hearing him in a role was Meliodas. And there's a scene in season 3, specifically the way he sounds when he's with the druids and he's doing that test. The way he sounds when he cries, it's incredible.
It's
acting.
unreal.
Like the way he says it. Still, I watch that scene and I cry. I literally cry. And I told him that when I met him. I was like, your role, made that performance made me cry. Like,
what'd he say?
He was like, thanks so much, man.
Wow.
He was like, I really, I try hard on all those.
That's so cool.
He was a super cool guy, super nice.
So
he seems like one of those guys who's like, he just loves the fans.
For sure.
Like he loves being able to go to cons and he does the voices all the time.
That's someone who I would want to look up to in that role.
He's
you know what I mean?
A really cool guy, which is ironic you said look up to because he's pretty short too. Whoa! That's fucked up. Love you, Bryce. All right. I also asked in this next question, what is Meliodas' inherent power? Or we're going to say magical ability.
I'm saying full counter.
That is completely correct.
Yes, sir.
Atta boy. Alrighty. I also asked, what do Meliodas and Bon do when they reunite in episode 4, season 1?
they do a handshake.
That is right.
That breaks the tower in half.
That is very true.
To the ground.
I'll give that to you.
What did you write?
Acceptable answers where I said a handshake that destroys the tower, punching each other through a wall, which is the first thing they do.
That's the very first thing.
Yeah, I said that. And then I also just said destroys an entire tower. So
yeah, bet.
That works perfect.
The handshake though is like the peak part of all of it.
It's the flash handshake.
Have to, bro. Coming down on lock, bitch, bro. Man.
All right, final question. I asked, what title does Hawk refer to himself as?
I said Master of Scraps Disposal.
I can see where you're going. I'm gonna give you.
I think I got construed with. He goes by. always calls him Master
because he's the captain of the Order of Scraps.
Of the Order of Scraps Disposal.
Of Scraps Disposal.
I'm gonna give myself a no on there.
No, I'll give you it.
No. Because he says it a lot in the show. Yeah, for real. Like, I remembered Scraps Disposal, and I was like,
I'm the captain of the Scraps Disposal.
It is, and it's the Order of the Scraps Disposal.
So the Order of the Scraps Disposal, I want to give that to you because you knew about Scraps Disposal, but hey, that's okay. Can I give you a half a point?
I'll take a half.
Half, because you had half of it right. I think that is so funny because the fact that, like, Bon loves Hawk. Like, he's always, like hanging out with him. He's like petting him when he's getting drunk. He's trying to like feed him alcohol. Like, he loves him. And then when he first meets him, he's like, holy shit, like, you're so cool. Oh my God. He's like, yeah, I'm kind of a captain, but you know, I can teach you what I know. He's like, hell yeah, teach me everything you know. And then from that point on, he calls him Master.
It's
and
beautiful.
I just love it. It's so funny.
And he's his best customer.
Yeah.
Because Bon is like the chef in the show.
He's the man. He knows how to cook.
How in, I don't know if you remember at the beginning of season 2, they're on a hunt for Hawk, baby Hawk.
Oh, yeah,
around,
the little guy,
right? And then he comes back because of Bon's cooking.
Right.
You know? Like, just shows up.
Such a good, oh my God.
It's so good.
I love that show so much.
Bad, dude. I got 6.5.
That was pretty good.
I feel great about
Out of 10?
it. Yeah, dude. Thanks for doing that. That was fucking perfect.
You, bro. Thank you.
Yes, dude.
I just love being able to ask trivia about something that's like relevant that we're both fucking.
Yeah,
you know
and especially I love it when you are making your questions up because you were very familiar with the source.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
And I wouldn't put a question down that I wouldn't look up. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's how usually.
I love that vibe, bro.
It works, man.
I'm not gonna lie, I usually look up mine. But
hey,
Joshy!
No problem, man.
Let's hit our Proverb Spotlight this week, my guy.
Let's get it going.
Before we wrap up, this is our weekly Words of Wisdom inspired.
We've messed up so many words today.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not, my brain isn't making the full, like, brain to mouth connection today.
Yeah, my
or yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just the end of the season, like drop off. You know what I mean?
Could
Our
be.
brain is just frying like an egg.
Absolutely fried like an egg.
This is inspired by the legendary Uncle Iroh, I must say. Yes. As it began with the beginning of the Flash Bros podcast.
Yes.
So the quote today, Joshy, is change cannot occur without sustained effort and an unprecedented level of commitment. This comes from Mitsuru from the original Persona 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful quote.
Yeah.
I like that.
Absolutely. I wanted to look up something specifically from Persona 3 because I felt like, with kind of like the trivia, like, you know, no direction.
Yeah.
Persona 3 was something relevant recently to myself and Kendall.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to look up a quote.
I think it's great.
You know?
I love that quote.
Oh, and there's like fucking 100,000 lines of dialogue in that game. So Mitsuru is the character who's like, honestly, like, she's the babe of the whole cast. She's the oldest, and she's got red hair, like red scarlet hair.
Oh yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah, Mitsuru.
She's a spirit.
She is a spirit.
Yes. A spirit.
Yeah, bro.
That's
yeah.
I know
Love
her.
Mitsuru, bro. Like, one of my favorite characters.
Dude,
she's definitely got more of like the serious tone.
Yes.
Like the mom. Of
yeah,
the group.
like she's the guitar.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I just wanted to say before the episode ends, I missed out. This is the first time I've ever done it because I've just been busy.
Yeah.
I missed out on a spirit event. There are 4 spirits out there that aren't even in the game. They were only available on the spirit board for a certain amount of time, a couple of days, like 4 days.
Bro.
And I missed it, which means, and I looked it up. I went on my, you read the Reddit threads. You got to find out how the hell you're going to get them. And other people from previous events were basically like, don't worry, they will show up on the next update. and they'll be in the game. Like they'll be like you can buy them at the shops. You can get them on the spirit board.
Got it. Okay.
And they were
so after the event is like over.
Yes, but they were Mario Wonder and that new Peach game.
Peach Showtime.
Yeah, 2 Mario Wonder and then freaking Peach Showtime.
Wow,
I was so pissed.
Hey guys, this is a big deal because Joshy has set his own kind of feats and records for doing everything multiple times in that game.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you actually have, this is probably your first missed event, right?
Absolutely.
Since the game came out.
Yes, and it pisses me off because I remember seeing the event pulled up so many times with Adrel, but we played so many sets, I always had to leave right afterwards, either for work or like the pod or something. Totally. And so I literally saw it, and I was like,
didn't grab it.
Didn't get it. So.
It'll come around.
Yeah.
Keep us updated.
Yeah, I thought I'd end the cast.
That's a beautiful ending, Joshy. We're segueing straight into our epilogue. My friends, that is a wrap for episode 33 of the Flash Brothers podcast, my man.
Beautiful.
Great.
Beautiful.
Honestly, beautiful.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really, ending. I feel like that was really effortless.
Yeah.
Like just everything segued into each other beautifully.
Everything did perfect, including our pregame.
Yeah. Dude. It's been a very chill vibe today, and I'm all about it.
I'm with it. I even ate a salad in between.
You did?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, we took quite a break in that first break.
Yeah, we did. I had a food break.
Yeah, so, that was really good. Yeah, what'd you burn?
Okay, so my parents got me like these like pork skins that you put in the microwave and they puff up into like the pork rinds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's really fucking good. But I thought to myself, I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. You know how like sometimes you'll get popcorn and it's like not all of them are popped?
Yeah.
So you have a bunch of seeds at the bottom or kernels, my bad.
Sure. Yeah. Curds.
I thought to myself, I was like, oh no, what if all of them didn't pop up and puff up? And so I was like, I'll just hit it with another like 30 seconds. And it was enough because I guess there's oil in there and the oil just started burning. And it smelled like shit. It smelled so bad. It smelled like burnt pork skin.
I don't even know what I was smelling, to be honest.
Yeah, I think you thought it was
what
the
did
fireworks.
anyone even cook? Because I saw you eating a salad.
Right, I ate a salad.
What is happening?
What I was going to do is I was going to have the salad, and then I was going to have like the pork rinds as like, it's like a salad with chips, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A little healthy alternative. But I did want to say, before we go, I want to tell everyone, Happy World Party Day.
Happy World Party Day, baby. Yes, sir. Thank you so much for tuning in and showing your love and support today for the official Flash Bros podcast, my friends. So much. We hope this is a highlight of your day this week, because it's always a highlight.
It's absolutely ours.
You know what I mean?
No question.
Josh, let's plug one last time here. Don't forget to send your listener submissions for next week's episode, and check out that Spotify Q&A. Put in your submissions there.
I was going to say, when we read them, we will go in depth too.
Oh yeah.
You know the way it feels like. Oh my gosh, what is his name? I said the Zelda question.
Oh, Caleb?
Caleb.
Yes.
I literally was thinking Kendall in my head. I'm like, what the fuck?
He's in there, bro. It won't leave.
But what Caleb asked, he put so much work into that question. We're going to put as much work back. So make sure to ask whatever you guys are thinking. If you want to, ask us about something, or if you even go against anything we said today.
Yes.
If you think the poisonous potato was the greatest Minecraft snapshot prank ever,
let us know, guys.
Let us know.
Yes, please.
Let us know.
No, that was beautiful, Josh. Thank you.
Bro.
We have you can send in those questions. You can send us an email, flashrosespodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, wrapping this episode is tremendously difficult.
This is tough.
Patreon.com/FlashRosePodcast for everything we talked about this episode. As always, thank you for cooking with me today. Joshy, let's do that official handshake one more time, my guy.
Beautiful.
You're the highlight of my week today, Joshy.
And you're the highlight of mine.
You. Yeah, grateful as hell for you, bro. Last call, my friends. We'll see y'all next week. Be safe, spread love, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah. Love you guys. Take care.